Hey, we have returned with another episode of Gamebound, a little series where we play one-shots of various sorts or short campaigns or whatnot. Today, we're going to do a one-shot of Tales from the Loop, which is a game that I've wanted to play for a little while now. I've known about for quite some time, but I'm very excited to play today. So, Tales from the Loop is the game about... It's basically the game that you play if you want to do Stranger Things as a tabletop role-playing game. It
like
is
the show, not like
the
just
show.
do strange things.
Yeah, just do strange things. Yeah.
That's Fiasco.
Very, very true. Very true. So kids in the 80s solve supernatural mysteries of one sort or another, right? There is a twist. So this is based off of it's originally based off of an art book by a Swedish guy. And he has a bunch of cool like sci-fi art and stuff. And kind of made his own little world and setting here, kind of like an alternate 80s. And the one thing that's different about this version of the 80s is that a massive particle accelerator thing called the Loop was developed that allowed like more sci-fi-ish technology. So, you know, flying cars might exist, robots, like more cool sciencey things are possible in this world. I think for our version, it will probably still, it'll be a very new thing and, I don't think there's going to be flying cars just like around. But like the possibilities in the air, like you as kids would know, like, ooh, where we could find robots out there or whatever, right? Like depending on what the scientists are cooking up in their lab here. So that's kind of our setting. The kind of idea, there's a couple of things called principles in the tabletop role-playing game The Loop, which is basically our the 6 things that we should keep in mind as players to kind of as guideposts for this type of fiction we're creating with this game. So there are 6 of these. So I'm using them to create stories with the right kind of feeling and plot. You guys are also can use them to immerse yourself in the world and when in doubt, pay attention to these principles. This is what our world is like, right? The first one is your hometown is full of strange and fantastic things, right? So, we have fusion particle accelerators and magnetrine effects, various sci-fi words here. Things are possible that aren't possible in our own world. As I said, flying cars, cyborgs, robots, scientists that can create portals and all sorts of weird things that are technically possible now given this technology. So not infrequently, things are created because of experiments that go wrong or random events that spawn something new and unexpected. Only the imagination limits what can happen in the land of the Loop in the late 1980s. The kids should discover all these strange things. Our second principle is everyday life is dull and unforgiving. The alarm clock rings every morning and homework must be done every night. It does not matter what weird things you find in the night. It's still true that mom and dad still quarrel and your brother seems to hate you. Your house smells fishy and you don't get enough pocket money to buy that tape you want. So on and so forth, right? Real life is still mundane. Our third principle, adults are out of reach and out of touch, right? Either one or both. So the kids are expected to solve their own problems. You are not going to be able to go to the police.
What you're saying is we're playing with realism.
You're not able to go to the police and just get them to solve your problems for you, right? This is something that you'll have to deal with yourself if you have an issue in the world, right? Kids are expected to solve their own problems. Let's see, our fourth principle here. I'm going to reset my camera real quick. It's being kind of weird. Fourth principle is the land of the Loop is dangerous, but kids will not die. They can be hurt, locked up, mocked, displaced, robbed, or brokenhearted, but they cannot die in this game, right? We are playing...
So what you're saying is we can jump off a cliff and we'll be fine.
No, we'll...
Wait. You're saying we're playing a game where my character can't die. I don't believe you, Caleb.
No. Here's the trick, Seth. Time travel. And it might be something where, like, your character ages up.
There you go. I was going to say,
if he's not a kid anymore.
If you ever reach 16 years of age, you age out of the game and can't be played as a player character anymore. So that is technically a possibility. But yes, we're playing the sort of game, right? You're not expected. The kids aren't expected. In the Goonies, you never get to a point in that movie where you're like, I'm worried one of these kids is going to die. No, we're on a fun adventure, right?
It doesn't sound fun if there's no death.
Exactly. And E.T., no one's expecting E.T. to eat one of the kids, right? It's just not on the table.
I mean, sorry.
Okay.
I'll stop.
Our fifth principle is the game is played scene by scene, right? Where just like in the movies, the mystery is played in scenes. Anyone who's played role-playing games with me before is familiar with this idea, right? Where we frame scenes that have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and when we're done with the scene, we move on and go to another scene, right? We're not going to like follow every minutia of day-to-day life with everybody, right? We're going to skip around to what's important. Let's see. 6, the world is described collaboratively. The game master is responsible for setting scenes and describing things in the story, but that doesn't mean that he should do all the work himself. The game master should ask the players for help all the time. Ask them what the school looks like, what the weather is, why the neighbors are arguing, and so forth, right? You guys are characters in this world, and I'm going to ask you questions about what your neighborhood is like, what your family is like, what you get to make up things about the world that we're living in and the community you're involved in. So those are our principles that we can keep in mind as we play. If you ever want to look those up in the compendium, you can type in principles and it will come up.
I thought the kind of principles were like school principles.
Yeah. Now let's figure out who our kids are, shall we? So I'm going to go through the list of character creation. We've done most of this already, but let's go through the character creation list, and everybody will reveal their options that they've chosen as we go through this. So first, what type of kid are you guys playing? Seth, what type of kid is Billy?
I am playing. I didn't put it in here. I am playing the computer geek.
You are literally going to talk like that?
No. Not that specifically, because it's kind of hard to talk like this and to understand me.
Yeah.
I'm playing the computer geek, the typical little boy who just wants to sit on his computer all day and not go outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, this is the 80s. Even if we have kind of some weird sci-fi technology in the works, 80s computers means you're in the AV club, and that's the only place you can even get a computer, right? Like,
I have one. Excuse me.
I was going to say, like,
item.
I'm sure it's in your iconic items, but like, that's a rare thing, right? Being a computer geek means that you're the only person who knows how to use a computer, right? So, cool, awesome. Jason, who's Jeff? What type of kid is he?
Jeff is your quintessential worm. He is the kid who literally always has a book in his hand if his nose isn't in it.
Nice. And then Jordan, who's Aaron?
Aaron is a troublemaker.
Amazing. Love the voice. Cool. And then the next thing is, and that's pretty straightforward, right? You make trouble. Decide your age from 10 to 15 years.
I am the Taylor Swift song.
Sure. What? Sure. I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah.
I was talking about more like trouble.
Oh yeah, true.
Trouble.
Yeah, there you go. Either of those work.
Most of her music works.
Billy, how old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
You're on the youngest end of the scale. Very good. Which means you have the most luck. So congrats. Jeff, how old are you? True.
11.
11, very good. And we decided that you and Billy are in the same grade. You're just slightly different ages.
Yeah.
And Aaron, how old are you?
Aaron is 13.
Nice.
Gosh.
Did we decide whether or not Aaron is the brother of one of these characters or not?
We have not decided relationships. So
we can get to it. Yeah.
Cool. How much luck am I supposed to have?
So you should have equal to 15 minus your age. So you have 2 luck points. So the max you can have is 5. The minimum you can have is 0. Right.
That's more luck than I had when I was actually 13. So.
And that is one of the next things here. So obviously, Billy's going to get 5 points of luck. Jeff is going to get 4, and Aaron's going to get 3 or 2 rather. And then, it says distribute a number of points equal to your age in the 4 attributes, 1 to 5 points in each. Let's just go ahead and talk about what attributes you guys choose to put stuff into. Billy, what are your attributes?
My attributes, I have. Gosh. So we had 10 points. I mean, I went full bore.
Yeah, I see it.
All the way to just min-maxing this out. So I am 5 in tech because that's the max I could do. Then I put 3 in mind and 1 in heart and body.
That's amazing.
I am the stereotypical nerd.
That's really funny.
And yeah.
Very good. Very good. And then what about you, Jeff?
Sorry, I just hear Jeff and I just think my name is Jeff.
I am in fact Jeff. Yeah, I went with a full 5 in mind, and then 4 in heart, and then 2 in tech, 1 in body. Going
Nice.
kind of like very much very brainy, but reads a lot of stories, and that's how he understands
you get that
people.
heart. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Love it. Yeah, because that also like delineates you from Billy, right? Billy is just stereotypical like logic left brain person, right? And Jeff is still is right brained. You're my type of nerd, right?
He's not good at talking to people, but he does understand them from all the stories you've read.
Jordan, please be good at talking to people. This game will need it.
What does Aaron have for his attributes? Right now, I see 0.
Aaron is theoretically
dead. Yeah, exactly. That's funny.
He's conceptually dead.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So
it says distribute a number of points equal to your age in the 4 attributes, 1 to 5 points in each.
Okay, 5 is the max.
Yep. Yeah. So this will matter based on your type. You should pay attention to the like skills that you get to be good in as a troublemaker, because that will be definitely ones you want to put points in attribute wise. So for you, that is force, sneak, and lead are the ones that are your key skills. So having body and heart are going to be important for you.
Well, those are literally the ones that I was going to do anyway. So
perfect. Love it. Oh my gosh.
Whoops.
20 mind. He's a genius.
He is in fact psychic.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. So what are yours then, Aaron, for the stream here?
5 body, 1 tech, 5 heart, 2 mind.
Nice.
So I'm all body and heart.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Yeah. Cool. And then we already determined luck points, and then we distribute 10 points in skills. You may take up to level 3 in the 3 key skills for your type. For other skills, a starting skill level of 1 is the maximum. So let's go through. Billy, what did you choose for your skills? What do you have listed there?
For my skills, I again just full bore, because I actually no, not completely full bore in this case. I put and maybe I'll flip this around. Actually, maybe I'll put, especially since my iconic item is a computer. I'm doing 2 in Tinker, 3 in Program, 3 in Calculate, 1 in Investigate, and 1 in Comprehend. So I have a little bit in the mind. But actually, you know what? If we have a bookworm who's going full bore mind, no, you're not going full bore mind necessarily. That's my current setup, but I might change.
Yeah,
I might move my numbers around. I'm not sure. I don't know what the others are doing.
Yeah. Jeff, what do you got?
I had not done anything before you mentioned skill.
No problem. Yep. So 10 points.
Yeah, and you had said max of 3 in your key skills.
In the key skills that your type allows, 1 is the max for any other skill.
Yeah. So I went with put 3 in Investigate and Comprehend so far, because those are my 2 mind key skills. Yeah. My other key skill is Calculate, which is tech, which I am not good at.
Yeah. So you can probably ignore that.
I'm going to take 1 out of Investigate and put it in Tinker if that's the case. If you're already good at investigating, there's no reason for me to.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that Jeff just like has read so many novels that he just like he's gonna be able to put together this mystery just by like, what would happen in this book? Oh well, yeah, there you go.
He just knows all of the tropes.
All the tropes, yeah, exactly. He knows he's in a story.
Do either of you have a point in contact?
I don't think so. No.
Nope.
I can.
No, you don't have to. I was just wondering if anybody did. Cool.
So then you're finalizing your skills here, Jeff. What do you still got? 2 left. You got 6, 8. Yeah, you got two left to put in. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking.
Probably want to do something with heart, right? Besides, maybe even besides lead.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, you just got calculate too.
I see. Yeah, I do have calculate, but because I was kind of thinking though that I'm trying to make about to be very like socially inept, which doesn't work well with the heart skills.
Yeah, Aaron, are you focusing in lead?
Yeah.
So that might be something to consider, is maybe do charm instead or contact. You can choose it if you want to. I'm just
okay. I could do charm. Yeah.
I feel like Jeff isn't like totally socially inept, right? Because like
That's
Aaron
me.
seems Aaron seems like the type of person who would lead by force of personality. You'd actually talk to someone and care about them, right? Cool. So that leaves us with what then? What's your final choices here?
2 in calculate, 1 in charm and empathize, and then 3 each in investigate, comprehend.
Nice, love it. And then Aaron, what did you choose?
I've got 3 in lead, 2 in sneak, 2 in force, 1 in move, 1 in contact, 1 in charm.
Nice. Sweet. Yeah, looks good. I'm trying to remember for the rolls here. I'm pretty sure that it's you add, when you're rolling a skill, you add your attribute dice as well. Like that's the total pool you're working with, I believe. I'm gonna check that, because I'm pretty sure that's why they would be connected like that. Trouble. That's the section I'm looking for. Because that's the main thing that matters in the game here is, let's see, the dice roll. Yeah, grant a number of dice equal to your score in the attribute you use. Then add more dice equal to your level in the corresponding skill. Perfect. Yep. Very simple. Awesome. So the next thing on this list is pick an iconic item. So let's talk about what you guys chose for your iconic item. Billy, what's yours?
Well, before I learned how the skills thing worked, I had a magnifying glass to investigate. But then, since that's not an option, I'm just going to go, computer. Now, here's a question: could I have something like a laptop or like some sort of pocket, sort of movable computer, or is that a little too much for the?
I think so. We're doing late 80s. I think like if you're really high tech, you have something like that, right? Like if you're on the cutting edge of being a geek in the AV club, you might have something that you could do
like,
that.
The picture of the computer has something kind of like a Commodore 64 in his hand, so I figured something.
Yeah. I mean, I think you would have to plug it in. Like it's not. I don't think it might not have a battery. You have to maybe rig up some sort of battery. I think most of the time, those sorts of things, you had to plug them in. You could bring them around wherever, but you still needed to plug them in somewhere.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Let me just check, like, computer. Let's see, laptops in 1986. Let's just see what comes up. I mean, yeah, it certainly existed. That was the first year they came out for consumers, 1986. But yeah, that makes sense. Just you'd have to lug around power supplies or whatever. So cool. Makes sense. Jeff, what do you got?
Jeff has his trusty book bag.
Of course.
Has a book bag.
Book bag. Oh, I heard book knife and was very confused.
Nice.
What's a book knife?
He has one of the. Actually, wait. What if? No, never mind. I was thinking maybe like one of those books that has the secret compartments in it.
Right. There's a gun inside. Quote unquote book bag. No, cool. Yeah,
and he's stuffed in there at this point.
Very true. These iconic items have give you +2 a bonus to when they would come up to be able to be used. Let me look up the section real quick so we can items. Here you go. It works just like other items, but it says something about who you are. This item gives 2 bonus dice in a situation where it can be used to help you overcome trouble. The iconic item will not disappear or break whatever happens unless you want it to. If it gets stolen or lost, you'll find it before the end of the mystery. The iconic item cannot be used by other kids. So
You can't touch my
your personal-
computer. It's my
Exactly.
computer.
All right, Aaron, what do you choose for your iconic item?
Skateboard.
Amazing. Okay, let me pause something for you, Aaron. We are going to be deep into December in Illinois. Do you want to choose snowboard instead?
Oh,
That will be way
Snowboard?
more relevant. Yeah. Also, I like
I
that
really
in
wanna-
the notes section you wrote G G flat and F sharp. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Very good.
I was really hoping that you would notice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
right.
I get it. Dang it.
All right. Cool. So, what did everybody choose for their problem, Billy?
My problem is I'm scared of animals.
Amazing. Okay. Good. Awesome.
It said to pick something that the GM could use against you, sort of thing.
No, that's
I'm like,
perfect. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Jeff, what did you choose for yours?
I cannot stand up for myself.
Oh, nice. Nice. Love it. And then Aaron, what's yours?
My parents say that I'm good for nothing.
Oh, sad. Okay. All right. Yep. All right. And then what's everybody's drive, Billy?
my drive is I want to learn. Oh, actually, no, that doesn't work anymore. Because I was said my drive was I want to learn about everything, but that's more of a bookworm thing. Let's double check what the Computer Geek has under drives.
Flash drive?
Flash drives don't exist yet.
Flash. Let's see. What does it say about drive? Drive is the reason you expose yourself to dangerous and difficult situations to solve mysteries with your friends. It helps you to understand your kid and makes it easy to start a new mystery. Whatever happens, the kids will want to figure it out.
Was it like I want to make a robot? Would that be enough of a drive? Or
Sure. Yeah.
I want to make a robot.
Yeah. No, I love it. Love it. Yeah, you've been hearing all these stories about these newfangled robots they're making in the lab here, and they're going to release some someday to the world.
Mhm.
Love it. Cool. And then what is so as a reminder to everybody, problems are they're a part of everyday life, something that worries you. During the game master will use the problem to put you into trouble. If you solve the problem, then you must pick a new one before the next mystery. So, Jeff, what is your drive?
I want to live a story.
Amazing. Love it.
So poetic.
Love it. Awesome. And then Aaron, what's yours?
My friends and what we do is the only thing not broken in my life.
Aaron is the saddest person in this game. Yeah, okay. Fair
He
enough.
is your stereotypical 80s problem child.
Yeah, of course. All right, cool.
I'm changing my favorite song.
And then
right.
Billy, what's your pride?
I can make almost anything with my erector set.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
You don't know what erector sets are? Have you seen Sandlot?
No, I haven't.
Even
I know. How could I even play this game without?
erector sets are like I can't use that example. Imagine Connects. You know what Connects are, right?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Lego Mindstorms.
Lego Technic
Yeah.
with the gears and stuff.
Let me just Google this. Oh, sure. Oh, of course. I just didn't know it was called that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm good with the things, and I can make like some kind. It's kind of rope. Actually, wait, no, they're they're the metal kinds. Yeah, and so like I'm really good with it.
Yeah,
what
sort of things could you make with that? Then maybe just for my reference.
Well, in the Sandlot, they make a little sort of robot thing that goes down, grabs a baseball and flips it off flips it to the other side of the fence. There.
Nice. Okay. Love it. Yeah, and you can have like slightly sci-fi version of this, right?
Runs off plutonium, typical.
Yeah, of course. Slowly die of radiation. Let's see. And then what is your pride, Jeff?
Yeah. I have the answer to everything.
Nice. Yeah, and then pride. Let me look at what it says here for everybody's reference. Something you make that makes you feel strong, important, and valuable. The game master should use the pride to put you in trouble by setting up scenes that highlight or threaten the pride. The classmate who turns out to be good or better than you at school. Dad is losing his job at the fire station, so on and so forth. Yeah, okay, yeah. So someone might steal Billy's erector set, or Jeff might not know the answer to something, or someone knows more than you, or whatever. Yeah. Cool.
You're not touching my erector set. I have every single piece.
And then Aaron.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Aaron, what's your pride?
I stood up to the teacher.
Oh.
Okay. What was the teacher doing? Like, what does that mean, stood up to the teacher?
I was going to go on the date with the teacher. No.
I was going to say that.
On the date.
I was going to say that, but didn't. I'm glad you did.
It was probably like something about something related to a homework assignment and how it was bogus that we had to do it, and I don't know.
Yeah, so it's more about like your self-worth, right? Like you actually you're the kind of person who stands up to people who are pushing you around, right?
Yeah. You
won't take no crap. Cool.
Yep.
Love it. All right, let's define our relationships to the other kids and to the NPCs. So let's take a look at that section. Relationships. Let's see. Child is screaming in the background.
Oh, we'll have some children screaming in the foreground here soon.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's pretty good. Yeah, so you should define your relationships to the other kids in the groups. Okay, it doesn't have any like specific directions here. It's just like, who are you actually to each other? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you should also choose 2 relationships to NPCs. The NPCs that are mentioned in the type descriptions are part of the mystery landscape. If you want to write your own relationships in NPCs, you can do it together with the Game Master. Okay, sounds good. Let's figure out each other's relationships first. So Billy and Jeff are in the same class. Do they have any other connection beyond that? Are they just best friends?
Probably. That makes sense.
Yeah.
We probably hang out in the library. Me, because there's like a
computers there.
There's computers there, and him because there's books there.
Yep.
How do we know? I'm trying to think of how we know Aaron, though. Like, we had the idea of him being a brother, but like his parents don't like him, but we seem to be well adjusted.
Hear me out. What if it's actually that it's not a brother situation, but like these are the only friends that Aaron has, and the friendship started with something like
helping you with
he saw some jocks picking on you guys. Stepped up and was like, no, we're not having this.
Yeah, so he's the functional big brother in the relationship.
Yeah.
I like it. Cool.
Yeah, I like to think of my character as like not the bully character, just the sucky life character.
Sure. No, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's take a look at your kid types then and see what it gives us for suggestions for these relationships for NPCs. So for example, Billy, my friend Leanne told me that strange creatures have moved into the cooling tower. She thinks they are aliens. Everyone seems to be having nightmares about that horrible teenager, Peter. My friend Elizabeth has built a computer program that cracks codes, and we used to listen to it to a scrambled radio communication. Some guys who called each other fish names talked about her mother as one of the targets.
Oh, I have a fun idea. Oh, what if I have like a oh no, this sounds weird. What if there's like an older like guy that everyone thinks is well, no, because people wouldn't think some guy is crazy because the world is already crazy.
So I'd like to think that we're like on the cusp of things, right? So there are things happening that are exciting people. Like they're like, cool, we're gonna get cool new technology, but it's still not to the point yet where anyone is going to believe that flying cars are really actually going to be a thing for everyone.
I have an idea. It's like a Doc Brown situation from Back to the Future, but it's a guy that works at a local like I guess it would be maybe like a local Radio Shack, because computers aren't anything you'd find in Radio Shacks. They're not like all around nowadays. So you'd specifically find them in a shop like that. So, and everyone else thinks he's great. Everyone thinks he's a little off his rocker with what he thinks is actually out there. But I'm like completely and totally drawn in because I'm a kid.
Yeah.
And yeah. What
Cool.
should we call him?
Yeah, I'll bring up a name generator here. Based on the U.S. Census, because that's the easy way to do it.
Gotta have like a nickname though. It can't just be a.
Let's see. I think his last name is Barnes. How about we do Virgil Barnes. Is this guy's name? And how old is he? I was thinking older, right?
Probably 37.
37.
47. Let's go 47.
Yeah.
Let's make him a loner type.
47-year-old Radio Shack employee. Cool.
Virgil Barnes.
No. He could just be Barney, right? Is what you call him.
Yeah, we'll call him
Barney.
Yeah.
My pebbles.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and then let's maybe just do one relationship for everybody, since we're only doing a one shot. We don't need to make a whole bunch of relationships for people that aren't going to even matter. So Jeff, what about you for your type for bookworm?
I'm absolutely gonna know either the school librarian or like local public librarian.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So do you want it to be that relationship right there, or just a librarian that you know that doesn't necessarily have a sorted backstory involved with it?
I think let's leave it generic librarian,
Yeah.
but there's a librarian that I personally know who loans me a bunch of books personally.
Yeah.
And some of those are weird books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is this a female like the relationship suggests, or is it a dude? Okay.
Yeah.
A Necronomicon.
Old woman.
You.
Yeah, let's have her name be Mary Andrews. How old is she, Jeff? She a younger librarian that maybe you have a crush on, or an older?
Guess what, little Billy, Jeff, and Aaron? I have a new game for you today. It's called Ouija Board.
Are we thinking mid-30s, mid-40s?
I'm thinking like late 60s.
Oh, like old, really old, kind of like a quirky gal. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say 63-year-old librarian. Cool. Miss Andrews. I never married because no man would have me.
Relatable.
Let's see. They just couldn't handle me. Aaron, what about you?
They didn't try to Mozart me. Sorry.
Oh boy.
Handle.
Yep, I got it.
Oh my gosh. It took me a second.
Okay, so are we talking about the anchor, or are we talking just
No, the relationships to NPCs.
Okay.
You don't have to choose any of those there, but it gives you ideas anyway.
Let me read through them. It's where hath it gone? It's in lore.
It's in your type.
Oh,
look
it's
at,
in
like,
my
the-
type. I see.
That sheet.
Yeah.
So, for example, it says, "I wonder why the priest at St. Christopher's bought explosives and why his clothes are so filthy." They think I met with Nike at Hemingway Park because he was famous or because I'm buying drugs, but I would never do drugs, and I don't care about fame. I actually like him, though he keeps talking about how the owner of this company destroyed his life and the lives of many others. My teacher, Neil, is the only teacher I've ever liked, and now he is in the hospital, and he won't wake up from whatever nightmare he is having. So it gives you like weird... No, yeah, it gives you weird hooks for it. We don't have to necessarily have any hooks for these. You just choose probably an adult or an older kid or something that you have a relationship with.
Okay. I feel like I want it to be a homeless guy.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
We gotta have a homeless guy.
Yeah. Like a homeless
How about
guy.
his name is Ernest Casey?
Okay. Yeah.
Is he like maybe 32?
Yeah. We'll do 32.
32-year-old hobo.
I like to call him the Hobro.
Of course.
Ernie the Hobro.
Yeah.
Ernie the Hobro.
We have we have Barney and Ernie.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So then let's do anchors. So it has a list of them in there in your type again. But you can choose whatever. So for you, Billy, it says mother/father, science teacher, or the guy who owns the comic shop.
Mine, it made sense for mine to be the mother.
Okay, so your mom is your anchor.
Yeah.
And anchors, for everybody's reference,
Yeah, mom's always dragging him down.
is
Oh boy.
if I can find this section. Anchors do what? A person that you can go to for support, comfort, and care. It cannot be another kid. It has to be like a friend, parent, teacher, or neighbor that's not a kid. If you suffer from one or more conditions, you can spend a scene with your anchor and heal all conditions. You must allow the anchor to take care of you, and there must be a physical or mental closeness between you. Cool. Yeah. You're safe person. Your anchor. Cool. So it's your mom. Who's your mom? What's your last name, Billy? Do you have a last name?
Billy Billers.
Billy Billers?
I said Billerson.
Billerson? Oh boy.
Billy, son of Biller.
What about Billy Boone?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
You can't help us. Can you hear me?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of a good name. How about your mom's name is Jody?
Sure.
So Jody Boone. However, I would assume maybe 30s or 40s for her age.
Mm-hmm.
Say 30-year-old mother to Billy. Cool. So that's your anchor. Just writing this for my reference so I know the NPCs we're creating here. And then Jeff, what are you thinking for yours?
I'm thinking older sister.
Okay.
Um,
That works. What's your last name? How about her name is Alice?
Alice. I'm thinking like Capers with a K.
Okay. Kapers?
Yeah.
Okay. Capers. Alice Capers. How much older than you is she?
17. She's 17.
Cool. 17-year-old sister to Jeff. What is she like? I guess for you and Billy, like, why are they your anchors? Like, what about them is comforting and supportive?
I mean, I'm a stereotypical nerd who in the 80s who plays with computers. I'm not going to my dad. So I go to the mom.
Okay.
She's the one who supports my nerdy habits.
Your passions, yeah. What about you, Jeff? Why's your sister your anchor?
Yeah, Alice. Alice is actually a lot like Aaron in that kind of forcefully protective.
Yeah.
And
cool older
it's
sister.
just the two of us.
Sure.
So
no mom or dad, or
no, they're there. Just the two of us.
Just in terms of
siblings.
emotional distance. Yeah. Cool.
And so she's kind of always made a point to watch out for me, make sure I'm not too lost in the books.
Sure. Is she in what kind of clique does she run with at school? Is she a troubled kid herself, sort of like Aaron? Like, is she the person who your parents are the most mad at, and Jeff kind of just goes under the radar and doesn't get in trouble because she's taking she's like the lightning rod for it, or that's one version of this relationship I can see.
Yeah. I think she's kind of the weirdo, kind of weirdo character.
Okay. So not a troublemaker, but weirdo. Sort of outcast socially, but you guys stick together.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. She probably has her own weird obsession. I'm not sure what it is yet, but
did you say she or did you say her age?
17.
Okay, so she's way older. So she's not a kid.
No. Cool. Yeah. And then Aaron, what about your anchor?
The janitor at the school.
Oh, and we should be adding these to relationships as on your character sheet.
Good point.
As well. Yeah, just so we reference that. So I wrote them all in chat there if you need to reference that. But yeah, janitor sounds great, Aaron. Do we want a name for him?
Probably.
How about Lawrence Murray?
I feel like Murray has to be the first name on that.
Murray.
Yeah, Murray just sounds like a janitor name.
Lawrence Murray is great.
What's the...
Well, we can just call him Murray, right?
Janitor name.
Yeah.
Mr. Murray?
Yeah, how old is he?
He's like 62.
Okay, yeah. 62-year-old janitor. Nice. Yeah, so go ahead and reference these on your sheet for everybody. Cool. And then we've already named our kids, right? We got Billy, Jeff, and Aaron. And then there's short description and choose your favorite song. Has everybody chosen a favorite song?
I don't know songs from the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm here. Da, 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 da.
I chose a Weird Al song.
I chose a Weird Al song because I'm like, Weird Al was in the 80s, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's possible Lost on Jeopardy wasn't a thing.
I really don't know.
I think we're doing 86 is the year we're doing. Yeah, hey, released on 84. So yep, you can have Lost on Jeopardy as your favorite song. Nice.
I was gonna go with All About the Pentiums, but I wasn't sure about that either. That seemed a little more contemporary.
Yeah, I think that's a little later.
99, yeah.
Don't ask me why. What song is that? I don't know if I have that. I don't know what that is.
I am
by
totally
Billy Joel.
blanking on how it goes, but yeah, Billy Joel. I checked; it's old enough.
1980. Nice. Let's see. How does the chorus go? I don't know if there is a chorus in this song. All your life you had to stand in line. Still you're standing on your feet. Oh, all your choices made you change your mind. Now your calendar's complete. Don't wait for answers. Just take your chances. Don't tell me why. Very fun. All right, cool. And then Aaron, what's your favorite song?
Youth Gone Wild by Skid Row.
Okay. Youth Gone Wild. And we'll if you want to look up these songs, those of you in chat, Skid. So that song is 1989, so it does not exist yet.
What year are we in?
I think we'll do 86.
Yeah, we said 86. What is Meatloaf?
I don't know.
Someone said somebody do a Meatloaf song.
Oh,
is
that
a band?
Oh, you know what? I'll do
Shows how much we know about the 80s.
Hair of the Dog by Nazareth.
Okay, all right. Nice.
Yeah. I think that
Chad is saying y'all are breaking my heart here. I know. I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm
playing me.
If we ever do like a real campaign of this, I think we'll do Things from the Flood, which is based on the 90s, which I am familiar with.
If Alyssa or Em were here, I was gonna say they just play Taylor Swift music. If you're watching this, Alyssa, sorry. That's just all I know.
All right, cool. Yeah, so favorite songs. And then we define the group's hideout.
Yes. It's the one thing I did.
So yeah, let's figure that out.
A library.
Could be. The kids have a hideout together where they can be alone and safe. The players should agree on what their hideout is and where it is located. The Game Master may not let NPCs find the hideout unless the kids show it to them. The Game Master may not put you in trouble while you're in the hideout, but you can put yourself into trouble there, for example, by arguing with another kid. You can heal your conditions in the hideout in the same way as with using the anchor. This requires that 2 or more of the kids are present and that they are physically or mentally close to each other. For example, hugging, telling secrets or stories, or accompanying one another.
What if it's literally like one of the rooms?
Yeah, because this is definitely
library.
a hugging group.
What did you say?
What if it is literally just like, hey, there's this room that no one uses at the library we can go into?
Sure, yeah, we can do that. I think you're muted, Jason.
No. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Cool. Yeah. So some back room in the library. Yeah, some sort of like well, I mean, what kind of room? Is it like a little like meeting room or just a corner of the library no one goes to? What sort of room are we thinking here?
What if it's
is it like some sort of like media, like where they store like the media projector or something like that in the back room?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Everything's dusty. There's canvas over everything. Cool. That sounds great. And then we'll do some questions. So at the end of the character creation process, I ask you guys some questions about yourselves and the group. So let's see here. Let's get to know these kids a little bit more. We already know some things about them. Let's see. Billy, what do your parents do for work?
Probably something pretty. If I have a computer and an erector set, chances are they're rich.
Yeah.
So
as a reminder, just as for everybody's reference, we are going to be playing in Kewanee, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where this game is going to be set.
What is primary export in Kewanee?
In the 80s? Who knows? I don't know. So Kewanee, so as a reminder, for our setting, right? Kewanee, we're saying this is based on like one of these particle accelerator things called the Loop has been built in Kewanee, right? So you're like on the cutting edge of this new particle accelerator that's about to change everybody's lives for the better, right? And give us all these new technologies and power everything, right? So this exists. These rings, right, are like it's the particle accelerator underground, basically, I believe, is what that is. And there's a big reactor and cooling towers and whatnot. So that exists. So any of your parents could work at the Loop, right, as scientists or engineers or whatever. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty nothing town, right? It's just kind of like where they decided to test this stuff. So
maybe he's like one of like the lead engineers at the reactor. That's why I'm able to get access to like my own computer.
Yeah, I like it.
Maybe it was like one. Oh, yeah, maybe like my computer was one that they had at the place, but it wasn't working right, and they just replaced it, and then I fixed it, and so they let me keep it.
I think you down with your dad's name being Forrest Boone.
Yes, but I'm over thinking, run, Forrest, run.
Let's see. I think he's 35-year-old. Is he a scientist? Is he an engineer? What?
Probably a scientist.
Okay.
He probably doesn't actually understand computers, which is why he's just like, this is broken, have it.
Yeah. Sure. Chat says, thanks a lot, Jordan, for putting Skid Row in my head. Now I have to blast 18 in life.
18 in life. Okay, so we actually, I based a different character on that song
Nice.
a long time ago in a different one shot.
Very good.
I would ask, but I probably wouldn't remember character, and I don't know the song. So
It was the one where my character got electrocuted in the swimming pool when he was.
So one of the penny for my thoughts.
The penny for my thoughts was the first one.
Because
I think.
he was the one that like shot the gun into the air.
Was he the rock star?
Yeah, the rock star. Yeah,
okay. I do remember that.
Troubled rock star. Very good. Chat says, was his name Ricky?
Yes. Well, I don't think it actually was, but it should have been.
I think it might have been. Yeah.
It might have been.
We're playing Penny for my thoughts, so I don't think any of us had names, but yeah.
True. We didn't have names.
Cool. Yeah. So Billy, is your mom just like stay at home mom? And takes after you. Yeah. Yep.
And Dad's not home a lot because he's always at the reactor.
Makes sense. Mm-hmm. But he's rich. That's why your mom doesn't have to work. Is because you're rich. Cool. So Jeff.
Probably maybe not like rich, but like well off.
Yeah. No. Well, you're well off in the 80s, certainly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff, let me see. What is the furthest you have traveled from your hometown? You have your head stuck in a book all day. You want adventures. Have you ever been out there doing anything?
Camping.
Yeah. So as you can look at the map here, we got Spring Lake State Park. There's a cabin resort there. There's stuff to do around here. So if you are interested in camping or hiking or whatever, Jeff could do that regularly if you wanted to. There's a Deer Ridge conservation area.
I am completely unable to zoom in on the map.
Should be able to up the right. There's a zoom in.
And as soon as I scroll in, it disappears.
Weird. You might have to refresh. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what else. I can't really change anything else on here. I don't think. I don't know why that would be happening. Very strange.
Okay, it's working now.
Sweet. Yeah, so there's plenty of stuff to do nature-wise around here. But yeah, I'm just curious, like, do you have wanderlust of any sort? Yeah.
No.
Pretty content just to read your books.
The farthest Jeff has been was visiting his grandparents, way up north in the but in the state. Otherwise, it's just for the most part around town.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, so maybe in the Rockford area, you go visit your grandparents up there in northern Illinois, and yeah, but I mean, doesn't really get much better the further anywhere you drive in Illinois. It kind of sucks. So, as a person who has driven through Illinois a lot, it's just all kind of boring. Cool. Yeah. Awesome.
That's patreon.com/
I love how we're just finding like the weirdest moments to say that now. Right. Aaron, what makes you angry?
Gamma radiation.
You won't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, he said Aaron. Sorry.
I didn't know. I said you, yeah.
No, I for some reason I thought it was still. I'm like, yeah, just waiting.
It's like, I made the joke. Who was supposed to answer this question? Yeah. Yeah, what makes Aaron angry?
Sounds
like he's sad a lot, but yeah, disrespect, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Especially probably of other people being disrespected.
Yeah, I mean, anytime anybody's like disrespected, it's like.
All right. Cool. Let's see. I'm going to ask you another question, Aaron. What do you think about sports?
It's all right.
I mean, you have a snowboard, so you must like that at least.
There's one, yeah, it's really X Games sports.
Yeah, X Games sports are your thing.
That's Aaron's thing.
Yeah. Sweet. But team sports.
Aaron's a skater boy.
Yeah. All right, cool. think let's just do the group questions now. We know a lot about these characters now. Here we go. Who in the group has the most say? No, sorry. Who in the group has the most to say? That's what the question says.
I would guess probably Aaron. Well, it depends on what. I guess maybe it depends on the topic, though.
Yeah, my guess might be Jeff has the most to say, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it's something he knows about for sure.
Right. But isn't that everything?
Which is a whole. Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Except for computers.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that's the thing. Like I have like a very narrow knowledge. He has a very wide knowledge.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Let's see. So did we decide that Aaron's basically the leader of the little group you guys have here because he's the older kid?
Yeah.
He's at least.
I'm curious, how does that dynamic work? Like, you guys could share leadership in some way. I'm just curious, like, who calls the shots when you guys do stuff? Like, what's that dynamic like, power wise?
I just imagine like Aaron suggests ridiculous, adventurous things to go do, and then and I don't know how the others respond to it.
And maybe Billy and Jeff make it manageable somehow. Rather like, well, we can't actually do that, but we could do this other more reasonable thing instead. Let's go jump off a cliff with only the rope tied around our ankles. And they're like, actually, there's a bungee jumping course in the next town over we could do. Right. Okay. But every once in a while, Aaron actually gets them to do something crazy.
Every once in a while.
Maybe Aaron's starting to realize that all he has to do is like they have to bring you down to a reasonable level. So if you start completely off the charts, reasonable will be a compromise between what will basically end up being what you actually wanted to do.
Seems decent.
Yeah,
I can work with that.
And we can shake it out as we can see how it shakes out as we play as well. What do you guys actually like to do together? Like what's a group activity you like doing?
I imagine this kind of thing like where Jeff and I love hanging out at the library, and like Aaron's like, I gotta get these dweebs out of the library and doing something fun. Yeah, but they're the only people that will hang out with me. But I'm so bored here.
Yeah, so it's like a constant tug and war where Aaron's trying to get you guys to be adventurous, and you're trying to keep him out of trouble.
And like he tempts Jeff with like stories of adventure and thrill, and he tempts me with potential robots.
Right, yeah, exactly. Oh, I heard this weird science thing happening in the woods. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Imagine the robots we'll find in the woods and the adventures we'll tell.
Awesome. Yeah, I think we know enough about these kids to start playing. So it is December in Kewanee, Illinois, in 1986.
I'm pretty sure it's November.
It's December in Kewanee, Illinois, in 1986. Jordan, that's what I'm saying.
All of 1986. Sorry, I'll stop.
All of 1986. So it's getting up there. It's I think maybe December 18th or 19th, somewhere around there. It's getting close to Christmas. Everybody's gearing up for it. We see probably Kewanee proper, right? We see this small little city. It has a regional airport, so there's it's not like a tiny town, but it's not really the sort of place you travel to. It's just a place you get stuck living your entire life because your parents worked here and you're going to work here everybody's in the same job doing the same thing for the rest of time. But it's a good enough place to grow up. There's people do come here to camp at Spring Lake. It's other Illinois people, so the people who don't have enough money to go somewhere actually fun. But in a couple hours drive can get to Spring Lake. So you get some tourists. There's a state park here. There's woods and whatnot. There's some farms on the outskirts here and there. Most of Illinois is farms. So as soon as you probably more south, you get over here. There's a whole bunch of farms and stuff, right? But we see like a shot or two of Kewanee in December. We see some kids, maybe in a suburb backyard or front yard rather, pelting each other with snowballs. We see, some cool looking sci-fi truck driving towards the loop, right? The big the headquarters. And the company that runs the loop is called DARPA, DARPA. I don't remember what that stands for, but that's what the company's called. You can make it up in your own mind. It's something sciencey. But we see big truck stop at a stoplight, and there's a couple of adults looking over their newspapers and glasses at this cool truck that just drives onward into towards the main reactor. And everyone's always curious of what's happening at the loop. But
I just realized this is the second time we've played a game with a mysterious reactor.
Yeah, exactly. We also, Monster Hearts was definitely inspired by the same sorts of stories, or at least what we did was. So chat says Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, which seems like a terrible acronym. Defense Advanced. I don't know why people don't actually make these acronyms reasonable phrases, but that's fine. So we see a couple of shots of the city, and I think it is. Let's see, if it was December 18th, 19th. Are we in Christmas break? In a normal,
we could say
that's what I'm thinking, right? I think we're getting you guys at Christmas break, so we're not necessarily going to see you guys at school or whatever. But we see you guys starting to. I think what we're going to start with is, as this little module suggests, is see a couple scenes from you guys in your everyday life. So it's Christmas season in Kiwani. So what would you guys be up to? If we see it's the morning of the let's say the 18th, and you guys are getting ready for your day. What's on? Let me start with Billy. What you can choose any point of the day in which to bring this up, but probably earlier in the day is what we're thinking. What would be a thing that you're as part of your everyday life? We know that your dad isn't super. Your dad is absent. Your mom takes care of you at home. What would you be doing during Christmas break? Would you just be hanging out at your house?
I think the answer is obvious. We have all decided we are going to meet up at the library because we need to finalize our Christmas list to Santa before it's too late. There's still time. The library just got this fancy new network thing. Billy's going to try and find a way to just send it as many times as he can
to the North Pole.
We're just going very last minute trying to get this. We had a couple changes, a couple things came out a little later after he put out his last Christmas list. So we need to get his Christmas list updated.
Okay. All right.
Got to get in there in time for Santa.
I imagine that Billy, what's it called? Billy is the one really leading this charge with the Santa's letter because he's the youngest. How much are you guys humoring him here? Is Jeff on board with this?
Jeff's 11.
Jeff believes in Santa Claus. Jeff likes Santa Claus. He has sent his Christmas list to Santa Claus. But he was really hoping to get digging into this cool new book series that he just found, and he has 2 or 3 weeks with nothing that he has to do except read and socialize with family on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
What are you? You're putting
popular gifts, popular Christmas gifts in 1986. So maybe you guys want that Lego airport set.
Yes, I'm gonna say actually no. I think it maybe had been the Power Wheels Jeep because he realized. Wait, I could take my erector set and put it on the Power Wheels, and I could use my dad's power tool. I could deck out this Power Wheels Jeep like none other. I don't gotta tell Santa that's what I'm gonna do. I don't have to tell him that the reason I also wanted Nerf guns was because then I could have a gun mounted on it. But He doesn't have to know.
Sure.
He doesn't have to know. You know, if I got a whole year to make up for the naughtiness of chasing squirrels.
Cool. Yeah. Aaron, how involved are you in this write a letter to Santa Claus scheme? Are you just humoring it?
No, I think Aaron is a bit of a conspiracy theorist for Santa.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Aaron is the kind of guy that wants to catch Santa.
Okay. So as you guys are like talking about the lists which you're writing, like what things you want from Santa, maybe Aaron is butting in with like, and then tell him to give us this gift, and it will like be like give away something about his location or something, right? Like if he can give us this, right?
There is a specific thing that he has as on his Santa list, or on his like
Christmas list.
Well, his Santa
letter to Santa.
Yeah. So on his letter to Santa is, "Dear Santa, please give me new parents, or laser vision."
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So we see you guys. Are you in your hideout doing this, right? In the back of the library.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I assume maybe it's like Aaron's janitor friend. What was his name? Mr. Murray, who's let you guys into this back room. Even during Christmas break.
Is it the library at the school, or is it just the public library?
Oh, the public library. Yeah. Okay,
that.
I was thinking library at the school, but yeah, that probably makes more sense. Cool. Yeah. So it's like the public library. You guys are in the back room there. We see like a bit of like a canvas over some wall projector in the corner here, and there's like an unused chalkboard that no one's used in years, and you guys are seated around a dusty table writing out. So is Billy writing out this letter on his laptop?
Not quite a laptop. But it's a little sort of, it looks like it's just a keyboard that has a small screen, but since there's like extra monitors back here, he's able to like plug it into that, and he's able to get things ready. And he's found this BBS system.
I mean, do you like take out blow off the wall projector, and you've hooked it up to your computer, and your letter to Santa is like broadcast on the wall.
I don't know if wall projectors could connect to.
Probably not, but like you have Tinker, right?
That's true. When did
it's not trouble exactly? I don't know if we need to roll. So you're just really good at this sort of stuff. So even if it doesn't actually make sense, like it probably is fine.
VGA ports. Oh, VGA ports came out in 1987.
Ooh, bummer. Well, hey, we have sci-fi technology. Maybe they came out earlier.
Sure, we'll say there's some sort of port.
Or he's done a prototype version of it before it's even been released. And then it comes out and it's like, you stole my idea.
Well, because I think it would be fun to see Billy's like technical prowess right away in this scene. Like, where anyone who's familiar with 1986, like they're like, how is this possible, right? How are you able to jury rig this? And it's just like,
there were probably projectors for like, there would have had to have been some form of projectors for. Maybe no. Billy found some sort of way to rig the to get the projector working or something. Whatever.
I don't know. Rig it when you can Mary rig it. Because Mary's the name of the librarian.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So we see the letter to Santa. What's on your letter to Santa, Billy? Besides like the Power Wheels Jeep, anything else interesting?
Well, there was the Power Wheels Jeep. There was some Nerf guns. I am assuming some sort of Nerf guns,
or whatever would be in 1986. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it was like maybe
laser tag. There's laser tag guns.
Maybe it was laser tag guns and a BB gun.
Yeah.
I'm not telling Santa I'm going to
fire.
And I'm not telling Santa I'm going to rig those all together and make a mobile tank.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, maybe at the
very have to know what I'm going to do with it. Exactly. I've got a year to get off the naughty list.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Yeah. So what is Jeff doing while Billy's double checking his list?
Jeff is sitting in a chair kind of off to the side. There's probably like no light except for that projector, so it's just casting glow. But he is there reading his book. He's about halfway through. and just totally. Billy's probably talking to everybody else while he's writing his list and trying to get input. And every
guy
so
who's
often,
talking and no one's listening.
Yeah.
Every so often, Jeff will like look up and tell him to rewrite a sentence because it's just written poorly.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, he's just lost in his book.
We forgot something, Caleb. We do not do descriptions of what our characters look like.
Oh yeah. Billy, what do you look like?
So Billy's stereotypical nerd guy. He's got the probably curly, frizzy hair sort of look, and he's got these giant Coke glasses sort of things on his face. So he's just like, he looks like a dork.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like he's the typical gets knocked over, like, where are my glasses? Anyway, that's what he looks like.
Nice. Jeff, what about you?
Jeff is very short for his age. And he just has shockingly blonde hair. That's just kind of the thing that everybody notices about him.
Yeah.
Almost white.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And then Aaron, what are you doing? And then what do you look like?
It's all actually the same thing now. So Aaron has like long face, not a sad face, just like, you know, and freckles.
Did you say you're redhead?
Brown hair.
Okay.
Brown hair. And he has like a bomber jacket.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so you guys are hanging out, figuring out your lists for Santa, and I think there's a point where Mary comes in, the elderly, the quirky librarian, and Mary Andrews, Miss Andrews. She knocks politely on the door, and do you guys have some like secret code or something that you have to give before you come into the secret hideout?
Probably
that she would know.
Probably.
What is it?
Billy's the only one who holds to it.
But she does it for your sake, I think. She would care. She would care enough.
What's like a popular TV show from the 80s that would have been like had a knowable tune?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Is it just...
Sure, yeah, we'll go with that.
It might have come out in 87. It did. That's funny.
I don't know.
It's Jaws. No, I know that's.
It doesn't help that I'm not.
Transformers. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and it's robots. So this would totally be what Billy would.
Yeah. Perfect. Yep. So she does the knock, and then the door opens, and she says, "Are you boys doing all right in here?" And yeah, she's tall, slightly hunched over, quirky old lady, in conservative outfit, librarian outfit with their glasses.
Yes, Madam Andrews.
Jeff doesn't look up from his book, but kind of makes sure to speak very clearly because he knows he often mumbles into his book. If it's like, "We're fine, Miss Andrews, thank you."
Billy does not respond at all. He's just engrossed in his letter.
Yeah. I think
Aaron kind of hides what he's doing. It's like, it's going great in here.
I think she says, writing a letter to Santa, I see. Are you sure that you have, do you need any stamps, Billy? How are you sending this?
No. This is going straight through to the North Pole. I've already wired up my antenna. It's going to get there by the end of the day. I just know it. He'll have it. He's got to have it. He's got to have it.
It sounds like you have it under control.
I do. We're good.
Well, just let me know if you need anything. Have a good day, you guys. And then,
Bye, Miss Andrews.
Exactly. Then she steps out. And I mean, I don't know if it really matters if you're just gonna like hang out in your hideout for a little while. I think we can probably maybe skip ahead a little bit to you guys like finalizing your letters, right? And what does Jeff actually write a letter to Santa, or is Billy the one writing the letter for both of you guys?
Jeff wrote it weeks ago.
He
didn't want to worry about it. He just got it done.
And remember, this is probably like, okay, remember, this is not the first letter I've written. This is probably like the 17th letter I've sent to Santa at this point with like updates and addendums.
Okay, yeah. Sure. I think you finally get a version that you're like, at least, if not satisfied with, the other kids are forcing you to accept, right? When you guys
but what if I got 2 more of this director set and then I like prop at this stack? Would that give me less troubles on the naughty list? Like what if I change? It's like you just like press send and like.
Yeah, we hear the loud fax sound and it's gone into the ether. Yeah, so what do you guys get up to? Right? Well, what's your like agenda for the day? Like here's the question. Here's the real question, right? If all the Santa business is out of the way, what's the thing that Aaron is going to try to get you guys to do, right? Because that's usually how this thing goes, right?
Well, so Aaron was working on a thing
during
that whole sequence that he was like hiding from the librarian.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so we see as she enters, you see her, you like kind of turn away. I'm like, yeah.
Aaron is working on a net to catch Santa.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. I think we roll for that. I think that would be a fun way to start this. How would Aaron go about putting this together as a 13-year-old kid in 1986?
He's taken bags of milk and like taped it to a net and put like cookies all over it too, like just bags of milk and cookies inside the net.
All right, awesome. I don't think you have a skill for this, but
I don't.
Yeah. I think it's probably Tinker.
Yeah.
Love it.
Let me check. And this will mainly just be like, how good is the net when you actually get to use it on something, right? Let's see. Yeah, I think Tinker's probably what you're looking at here. That's the closest I can see. So let's go ahead and have you roll that. You have a 2 in mind, so that's all you're rolling. I think if you just click on mind, or actually if you just click on Tinker, it should roll it for you.
And then 0 for bonus dice?
Yes, 0 bonus dice. This is just what you got. Okay, so let's break this down, right? So you're rolling plus we have a 2 in mind. Is it half of your? I'm curious what it, because it only had you roll 1 die. So I'm curious. Maybe I misread this.
Let's see what happens if I roll Tinker to see kind of the difference.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, mine included my tech.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at mind instead of tech. You have a 1 in tech, of course. Yeah. Yep. I for some reason I was thinking it was going to be a 2. So that was just me having the wrong expectations. Yeah. So you got 0 successes. So as this successes in this game are, you get a 6. That's what a success means. Most of the time, the only amount of successes you need is 1 to succeed on anything. Okay. Every once in a while, you'll need 2 or 3 successes. If it's like something that's almost impossible, right? Like jumping off of a bridge onto a moving car, that's 3 successes that are required to actually make that happen. But most of the time, all you need is 1 6 and you've succeeded. Unfortunately for Aaron, you failed. You've gotten 0 successes, not a single 6 out of your 1 die that you spent. You may spend a point of luck or take a condition to try to re-roll this. But I wouldn't recommend it. I think maybe it would just be funny if we just see Aaron like he's put together this thing, but it's terrible, right?
And he doesn't realize it.
Yes. So you'll attempt to use it on something at some point, and it will not go very well for you. How big is this?
Like it's a big net. It's like a blanket-sized net.
And you're walking this out of the library. How? How did you get this stuff in the library?
In my backpacks.
Yeah. Just over like the last week, you've been taking in bags of milk. This milk is so spoiled by now, and this is going to be terrible. It's gonna like explode in your backpack at some point and just spoil chunky milk everywhere. Oh, that's terrible.
I'm surprised we're in a place that has bagged milk.
No, we don't have bagged milk yet. It's just he's putting it in bags.
Oh,
so like Ziplocs?
Oh,
that's even worse.
Ziploc exists yet.
Oh,
does it? No.
Well, bagged milk has been around since '67. So
I mean,
he's talking about putting in
it's just
Ziploc bags.
Yeah, I was thinking like the sort of like the actual bag of milk that you have in like the.
Well, yeah, I think that makes more sense if it already exists.
It does that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. So,
but bagged milk wasn't.
And like, it's all of those,
exists.
and like the plan is to put it on the roof, and to like make the color of the net and everything like the color of the roof.
Yeah,
and so it's just like. It just looks like it's a bunch of like bags of milk and cookies that's just on this big black like net-like surface.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Very good.
So when he goes for the milk and cookies, he gets caught in the net.
So we see Aaron shove this in his backpack. And it's like obviously like the backpack is bulging, right? As you're walking out of the library. Mary quirks an eyebrow at you, but I don't think says anything as you you walk out of the library having done your stuff. Billy, has packed up his computer into his bag, and everybody's. Jeff, are you reading a book as you walk?
I am reading as we are walking out.
That's what I figured.
I have to finish the chapter at least.
Yeah.
And then it depends how the chapter ends.
Yeah. So you guys are walking down the street, right, towards what would be next for you guys, just in a general sense. You're going to be derailed here in a second, but
probably going to get some lunch or going to a place where we can eat our lunch. They don't like us eating in the library,
of course, no,
because we've made messes before, as we can clearly see with the milk.
Yeah,
there's probably a reason he was hiding it. They're like, though, we weren't supposed to have food back here.
Yeah, you guys are off to the burger joint or a corner store or something like that to get some food. And one of you walks, all three of you walk by this, but you tell me, who's the one who notices the poster for the lost dog? Is it Billy? Is it Jeff? Is it Aaron? Is it Aaron? Since he's the one who'd probably be the most alert about your surroundings.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Billy's still too focused on his letter.
Yeah, Aaron, you see a poster with a picture of a golden retriever named Goldie, big bold letters at the bottom. And it's basically like a wanted poster, like $25 to anyone who can find Goldie. And as a reminder, $25 in 86, that's a lot of money for a couple of preteen kids, right? So that might catch your eye immediately, Aaron. And the details as you scan it over, right? Like maybe we have a moment where Aaron stops and looks at this. Jeff has kept walking because he's still reading, and Billy's maybe like, Aaron, why did you stop? And then like grabbing Jeff.
Yeah.
But like Aaron takes a moment to read this, right? And you see that basically it's a family who are putting up this poster for their lost dog. They were at the Spring Lake Cabin Resort 3 days ago, over here on the other side of Spring Lake, and their dog ran off, right? A camper, the last they heard of it, they were as they were wandering around asking while they're on vacation. A camper saw her out on the ice at Spring Lake State Park, heading towards the Senequine Potawatomi Reservation in the north. So it's heading north from the state park over probably this lake over here, like on the ice. So most of these lakes have frozen over. It's deep in the winter. There's snow everywhere. And they headed back from their vacation, right? Still not having found Goldie. And it's possible that like the dad of this family just like has a house, like a cabin there that they go to on weekends or whatever. But for whatever reason, they put up posters around Kewaunee, asking for if anyone has seen her, because they don't know where she headed off to, but this is like the last time they saw her. $25 to whoever can who can find Goldie. And I assume that piques Aaron's interest, because I mean, $25, like that's a lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, how would you bring this up?
Aaron goes, guys, this is the perfect opportunity.
Opportunity for what?
We find a golden retriever, and we locate the dog, and then with the golden retriever, it's called a golden retriever. We can use this to track down Santa. Then once we have Santa, we can return the golden retriever, get $25, split that 3 ways. I don't know. You guys can do the math and figure that out. I'm not good at that. But we get the money, we catch Santa, we get whatever we need from Santa, and we get to hang out with the dog.
But it's a dog. Remember, Billy is afraid of animals.
So Jeff just ignored most of what Aaron went off on, and it was just like staring at the one poster. It's like, but what if the dog was kidnapped by like a villain? And what if we have to what if we have to like find a bunch of stuff, and then that's what like there's all these clues that we have to find, and then that'll lead us. Is that really worth $25?
Jeff, I know that you've been reading all these stories, but come on, even you of all people should know that it's not kidnapping if it's a dog. It's dog napping.
Knew exactly where you were going. It's great.
So your entire argument is wrong because you used the wrong word.
And it's like, and if he was dog napped, that's even better for us, because then we can just go to the supervillain's lair, catch him in my Santa net, get on the nice list permanently because we stopped the bad guy who's stealing dogs.
Hey, Billy, that's a good point. If you care about getting on the nice list, saving a dog.
And
I do need to get on the nice list.
All in as he's describing this whole heroic rescue.
I'm about to really be on the naughty list, so maybe this will bank me some points with Santa.
Get buffer going. Some margin there
next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Santa just shows up at Billy's house, and he has like the stereotypical judge scale with like the blindfold and has the scale holding out, and just like and like all the deeds are just laying out like this.
Then a giant puppy falls on the good side.
I mean, I was planning on using the coal for like powering a generator, so like, it wouldn't be so bad, but like not being on the naughty list to begin with would probably be best.
Certainly.
Okay,
yeah, so
I'll
I mean, there's your adventure right there, right, Aaron? So that's a pretty good way to start. But like, then you start thinking, okay, like, how do we get to Spring Lake State Park? We have parents. They probably don't want us just tramping out into the woods. So you guys know that it's about a 2 or 3 hour walk on foot from here to Spring Lake State Park, around the area where Goldie was seen last. What would your plan be for actually going about this hunt for the dog?
My parents don't care.
I know your parents don't, but
Yeah.
My mom will get mad if I leave. Oh no, she will not get mad, but she like, we'll be gone for a really long time. That's a long walk, and I'm like already tired just walking to the burger shack.
yeah.
Yeah,
so I mean, like, there's all sorts of things you could attempt to do. You could lie and basically say, like, hey, we want to go camping. Can you take us? Or something, right? Like, that's one thing you could do. Again, it's the 80s, so it's different than like it would be today. Like, it's a little bit more acceptable for you just tramp off wherever. So that's that. It just depends on how your characters would actually go about like freeing yourselves.
How old is Aaron again?
13.
Okay. Specifically, put it out of the range of driving.
Yes.
You think you could pull us on your snowboard?
Duh. I'm like epic.
What if we put a motor on your snowboard? And we could just ride it all the way there?
Billy, stop being a genius. Scary.
Never. This is going to get me so many points on the nice list. Let's do this.
So your plan is to put a motor on a one-person snowboard.
We turn
We're
it
small
into a
kids.
sled. We're kids.
So you're turning it into a sled. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, we're turning into a sled.
Motorized
and
sled.
pulling a wagon behind us.
Yeah. So you'll need probably multiple snowboards to pull this off. But yeah, we can.
No, we just need one really big motor.
Okay, yeah. So, what we basically just see like the rest of the day, like a montage of Billy trying to like get stuff together to like make this happen.
Mhm.
How about?
I
I
all
think
of my erector set.
I was gonna say I think the first rule that needs to be made here by someone is to get the materials necessary, right? And not just like tinker with it, but like actually acquire the materials that you need to make this happen. Obviously, we have Aaron's snowboard, and Billy has erector sets and stuff, right? But other materials are going to be needed to actually build a motorized sled capable of actually taking you guys there.
My erector set is not my iconic item, so I don't necessarily have them.
Yeah. And you can't do that much with a computer to
Yeah, I wasn't
build
quite
this.
sure. Well, I figured I wasn't quite sure
You
where
know,
we're
order it
going
on
with this
Amazon.
yet.
Duh.
No, it's fine. I just think there's going to be a role here, right? To find something.
Yeah. Can I use
to acquire the
investigate for
things.
that?
Yeah, I think so. Let's take a look at it. The ability to find hidden objects, understand clues, break puzzles, or survey a place or situation. I don't think so. That's to like actually be a detective, basically. Let's take a look. It might be contact to like know the right person to hook you up with this stuff, right? Like maybe get in touch with the janitor or someone.
You have contact? Aaron has contact.
I think Aaron does. I think that's the one that makes the most sense here, unless. I mean, you guys can look at your skills and like make an argument for how you would go about acquiring materials with any of your skills, but that's the one that makes the most sense to me.
I think contact and going with the janitors, like.
That makes the
Yeah.
most sense, I think.
Oh, you know what? It's going to be contact and go with the janitor and with the hobo friend.
Yeah, all the scraps that he. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like
Aaron just goes and
Oh my
talks to
gosh.
all of the NPCs, and
my hobo friend. What was his name?
Ernie?
Ernie's
yeah.
nickname is the Scrap Master.
The Scrap Master. Nice. Yeah, no, I think it's just Ernest who's the one who's hooking you up with this if you succeed. He makes the most sense. Yeah, let's have you roll that. So you can click on contact. I don't think there's any bonus dice here. But yeah, we can see how well you are at.
He's getting us.
Holy moly!
We are gonna ride in style.
So you got 4 successes, which in a game that most of the time one success means you succeeded with flying colors. That's a lot. So the way that extra
Does he
successes
just literally
work,
have a car that we fixed up?
chat says the heck. So let me take a look here. It says in the skills what happens if you get bonus effects, which are like extra successes. So you can spend 1 bonus effect to do one of the following things. The contact has all the right tools with them. The contact may heal one of your conditions. The contact brings more people also ready to help. You don't have to roll to get a hold of the contact again during this mystery. The contact knows something important, or you may use the contact once as an item with a bonus. So you can spend these on multiple times on the same one. If you want to look at these as a list, Jordan, you can type in contact into the compendium and it will pop up.
I think there's some good really good options in there.
Yeah, all the right tools is certainly the one you're going to want to pick no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So the success here, the base success, right, is the ability to know the right person and get a hold of them. So you find the right person. That's for sure the thing you do. And so if you had only gotten 1 success, then you found the right person, and Ernest is certainly that person, but maybe he doesn't have all the right tools and you have to help him get them, right? But if you choose to do that bonus effect on that one, he's got it all ready for you already, right?
After all, they don't call him the Scrap Master for nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. So I assume you're choosing that one.
Yeah, for sure. The contact has all the right tools.
He's probably who we went to get the antenna.
Yeah, right. And then you have 2 successes to spend on other effects if you'd like.
Using him as an item would maybe be. What does that mean? Using him as an item.
So basically, it would be you can use him to give you a +1 on a future roll. I mean, we could probably have that make sense if you wanted to do the sled itself is giving you additional bonuses. That probably makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can also do the contact know something important. I have
that. Oh yes,
I have details that I can share with you if you choose that option.
That was one of the ones I was thinking sounded really useful.
Yeah.
You could also do the contact brings more people also ready to help you build the thing, right?
We just have a team.
All the hobos together, right?
They're like, these kids want to make a sled? That sounds awesome.
Let's do it. Yeah, exactly, yeah. All the friendly hobos.
The friendly tech-savvy hobos.
Which options do you want to choose with your 2 successes you get extra?
Let's see. I think important and brings people.
So
know something important.
Know something important. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So, you'll get some bonuses here, some bonus dice on your actually build the sled roll now. But then yeah, I think he also right. So you go to Ernest, right, and he's in. I don't know, where does he hang out? Is it like the dumpster?
Well, I mean, it's
some sort
winter.
of trash place.
It's winter, so he's probably he's probably at like a local shelter.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, shelter. Maybe he's outside of the shelter, warming his hands in the the little fire that's usually there and like the little can.
I like to imagine like he stays at the shelter like regularly, but his secret base is like at a junkyard.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. I think maybe you find him outside of the shelter, but you give him the look, right? Or I guess you tell me, what do you say to him to let him know like you need some help with the junk? Chat says, a group of hobos with this amount of tech skill, I'm immediately sus. Probably androids. Yep.
Let's see. What's the secret code that we...
It doesn't need to be a secret code necessarily, but you could just, walk up to him, slap him on the back, and tell him what you actually need. But yeah, I guess if it's a secret hideout, then maybe.
Probably, what if it was something like... We want to see your stamp collection or something like that. I don't know.
It doesn't need to be anything particular. I'm just curious if you had an idea.
I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
What's in your wares today?
Yeah, you just give him the nod, and he heads off. You follow him to and this is looking totally sketchy, right? But like following the hobo into the secret junkyard base. But yeah, I mean, you get there, and he has like he takes off the tarp right from his giant collection of doodads, and a lot of it is like leftover stuff from the loop, right? It's like little pieces of new fangled technology he's been able to scavenge from trucks that maybe something fell off a truck or whatever, right? He has some stuff here that people haven't seen yet, sort of thing. He's got stuff. So if you want to build a motor for a sled, that's no problem, right? I'll tell you what you need, Aaron. What you need is this particular one over here, and he like brings up this big like kind of glowing blue engine generator looking thing. He's like, don't tell anyone, but I managed to scavenge it off of remember that crash of that DARPA truck on the I-22? Remember that?
I'm trying to think of something 80s-ish to say with that.
Probably an I, actually. It's probably just 22. Yeah. I don't actually know what I just saw 22 as a highway on on this road.
Yeah.
The one that cops showed up to?
That very one. And me and my boys, we were able to scavenge some good tech off that truck. Some of it rolled down the hill, you see. And we were there. We were ready. And I've been waiting to use this ever since. Who knows what this baby can cook up? The amount of power this thing can garner up.
Billy's eyes are probably just like wide. They're like saucers at this point, just staring at whatever this thing is.
Yeah, are Billy and Jeff here too? Did they come along?
It's probably not the first time we've been back here. He probably knows who we are.
Yeah. But we're definitely just kind of like staying behind.
Yeah. we're not the social kind. We're freaked out by him a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So he says, "Don't worry, Billy. You use this, or you're gonna be building something real fine." Yeah, I think Ernest is a big black man. Now that I've been playing him,
We're talking of like a bit of a black man.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, he's in rags and has like the fingerless gloves and yeah.
Why the homeless guy got to be black, Caleb? I was kidding.
I was imagining him as white originally, and then I just started talking like him, and I don't know.
I know. I was just giving you grief. Okay.
Yeah. So, he hands over the engine, and then he says, "You gonna need any help with this?"
And Billy just goes like, you
Nods,
sure?
Yeah, I think we all look at each other and just all nod at the same time.
We're like, I don't know how to drive a car.
Right, yeah. Chat says Danny Glover. Yeah, I think Danny Glover's playing or Donald Glover is maybe who you're thinking of. Danny Glover? There are two different people that I'm thinking of. Who's Danny Glover? I saw that. Oh, yeah, it's a different guy. Yeah. Oh, this is exactly the person I was thinking of. Yes, 100%. Danny Glover. Yes.
Oh, yes. I agree.
100%. It's possible I just riffed off of his accent, whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah. So he says, I mean, he doesn't have a car, so he just says, "Oh, don't worry, my boys and I will be over there. Actually, you got your stuff here. We can build it here. We can build it now."
See, I was thinking,
this is the perfect place.
I was thinking Blue Mancuma.
Don't know what that is.
What?
But...
Have any of you seen Halloween Town?
No.
Blue Mancuma.
We will continue to be disappointed by the 80s references we don't get as we play this game.
Well, that one's an early 2000s reference, but Blue Mancuma
was the
person that I thought of whenever.
Mm-hmm. Just in general, I pop culture, some things I know, some things I don't.
To my podcast.
Yeah, true. Cool. So, I mean, we see the. I just imagine like the hobos like suddenly appearing around the junkyard, like as if they're always there. Like we literally see a guy come out of a trash can, like Oscar the Grouch. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, there's like a pile of like soda cans, and a guy just like gets up from them, and he has like a soda can jacket.
Yeah,
just blends in perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, and so I think we just make the roll now, Billy. Tinker roll to put it together, right?
Do I get a bonus die for the?
Yeah, I think one like the dice, the roll that Aaron made is the thing that making this roll possible. But you do get a bonus die for the amount of people who are helping you, right? All the manual labor is taken care of.
Let's see what happens. Oh my God!
What?
We make a tank!
How is this happening? That's wild. Okay, yeah.
That is wonderful. I love it.
And so, like, the initial, like, one success ratio, or the threshold, right, was just, like, you made a sled, like a working motorized sled that would get you there faster, right? But now...
It's a rocket sled.
Yeah, it's definitely going to move faster. It's going to be tougher. Let's take a look at what the bonus effects give us.
I just imagine Billy like got some like they found some like swimming goggles, and Billy's like wearing those at the front of the sled. Maybe I don't know.
So let's see. The thing is, so these are the options you have. So you have 3 successes to work with. The thing is more durable than expected.
Wait, where's this in?
This is just if you type in the skill Tinker, it will give you specific bonus effects that you can use.
Okay. More durable, can do more than expected. the thing is more discreet than it. I don't think this thing is gonna be discreet at all. Let's because this thing's gonna go boom.
Each of these will be +1 bonuses. You can choose them multiple times too, right? So it's like if you choose 2 in durable, then anything that has to do with that +2 to whatever that is, right?
I'm gonna say do more than expected, more durable, and probably can do more than expected twice. I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So that means right now, right?
This thing's not gonna be discreet. This thing's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. So motor sled tank.
Just leave it at motor sled.
Motor sled, yeah. Motor
Durable
sled.
Motor sled.
It is a +1 automatically, just with normal whatever it should be able to do as a motor sled, right? That's the bonus you're using. But it also has durability, an additional +1 for durability, and an additional we'll just say features +2. So you can write that in your sheet if you want to as well as an item. But so it's going to give you a +1 no matter what. But then there are certain things it's going to be able to do. It's going to be able to do more than expected. So you know, different things. And when it's doing those specific things, it gets +2 additional.
I have a question. Were we doing this to my snowboard originally?
Yep.
I think the snowboard is being. I think it probably makes the most sense actually to keep Aaron with his snowboard. Maybe that's how the genesis of it started. But Aaron should be able still to have his iconic item. You just ended up finding other stuff. Yeah.
It was probably the kind of thing like the snowboard. No, we got better than that.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the genesis of the idea, but he has better stuff for you.
You're going to be pulled behind us on the motor sled.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
You're going to be doing tricks.
It's going to be the chase scene.
Yeah, so I mean, you got the ride now, right? You're going to be able to make this. It's probably not as fast as an actual car, but it's
faster than a car because it doesn't have to take roads.
It's faster than a car in snow, certainly. Yes.
I think Billy just turns to guys and goes, "Guys, maybe I don't need my Christmas list anymore."
I just did it right here. Yeah. How are you explaining this to your parents though, right? Like how are you actually able to get away? Are you just taking off and not telling them, or
you know what she's gonna do? Billy walks into his house and say, "Hey mom, I'm going sledding with the friends."
Sure, yeah.
Not lying.
Let's have you roll. Sledding. Let's have you roll.
Horribly. What do I have to roll?
I don't know if
Mom's like, I don't trust you. You don't have friends.
Charm is to lie, and you're still trying to pull one over on her, right? You're trying to be deceptive.
Yeah, I have a 0 on this. So this is gonna go poorly.
So go ahead and roll charm, Billy. You still might luck out. Well, hey, okay. So you got 0 successes, but you can spend a point of luck, or take a condition, and if you do so, you may re-roll that die.
I might take the upset condition. Or scared? No. What do the conditions do?
So, good question. I know that they have. I'm pretty sure they have like a cumulative minus that you get to things that you do.
You know, I have 5 luck. I'm just gonna spend a luck.
Yeah, spend those first, probably, right?
I'm just gonna spend a luck and try for it. It might not work, but we'll see what happens. Oops. I'm just gonna click.
Yeah, still 0. Again. Same. Oh no, sorry. I thought you rolled again, but
no. I accidentally typed things into the chat.
Yeah, I just saw something change and assumed.
Nope, not me.
Yeah, go for it.
I rolled worse.
Oh, lovely.
That's fine. I think there's no. I figured I'd go for the heck of it because I have 5, but yeah, chances are this is not going to work.
Cool. So as a note for conditions, they do give you a cumulative -1 on things that like matter for that condition, right? So trying to do something when you're upset, that would be harder because you're upset, -1, so on and so forth. So let's look at trouble. So you failed.
Yep.
So failed rolls. Oh, that's a different section. Take a look.
Figured I should save my luck for later.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so I think. Okay, so you say, "Bye, Mom. I'm going sledding with my friends."
I'm going sledding with my friends. Bye, Mom. Yeah.
Trying to think of I don't know if she immediately suspects anything per se, but it's like you don't succeed on doing what you wanted, which was get away scot-free. So maybe she gives you like a chore or something.
Yeah, that's what I was
right? Like,
thinking.
yeah. She gives you something that you have to do before you leave, and if you don't get it done, you're going to be in trouble, sort of a thing, right?
Mhm.
Not before you take out the trash and do this
Uh-huh.
and do this.
So is it just like minor? Is it like minor chores that around the house? It's like you have to do a bunch of housework, or is it something else? Like you're on Christmas break, so I don't know if there's like a whole bunch of homework, and Billy probably has gotten it done already.
It probably is housework. Like I needed to shovel the driveway. Needed to take out the trash.
Oh, there you go. It's all the physical stuff that you hate doing, right?
Yeah,
you've been putting off. It's shoveling the driveway for sure is one of the big ones.
Mm-hmm. Especially since my dad's not going to do it because he's not going to be home till late.
Exactly. Yeah, and the snow just keeps coming down, and someone's got to do it. So, so that's what she says, right? She says, "All right, dearie, but just remember, you still have to shovel the walk and take out the trash, and don't forget to feed random cat name here,
Fluffy.
Rictus.
Fluffy. Don't forget to feed Fluffy too. You know how she gets if she doesn't have her food." Exactly. That's exactly what she sounds like when she doesn't have her food.
Do I have?
Yes, you have to, dear. It will only take a second.
Second.
Are your friends here? Get them to help you. I'm sure they're nice enough boys.
His eyes light up like, I could make my friends do my chores. Wait, she go out like, guys, my mom says I can't go until I finish my chores.
Wait, are we even there, or are we?
Imagine like we stop,
like trying to.
Are you stopping house by house, or have you all split up to tell your respective people?
That's a good question.
I think I ran off to go take care of, try and talk to my parents.
So would Aaron be there though, or no?
Aaron would probably be there because Aaron's not going to tell his parents.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Care.
Like my mom won't let me go until I finish shoveling the driveway and feeding this stupid cat. Feed it to a lion. I wouldn't want to be near the lion either. So, do you think? Do you think you could help with the driveway? We get to go a lot sooner. If
Aaron goes over to, so I've just established in my head, Aaron is into samurai movies.
Okay.
And so he like before Billy can like
action.
even see, even like he turns around to say, if you can help me push or if you can take care of the snow, like Billy's Aaron's already got the snow shovel, and he's like pretending like he's a samurai with it, and he's like, "So we meet again, snow pile." He's like,
nice.
And he's like already going to town.
I was busy studying the blade.
while you have fallen I don't know. While you have fallen cold, I have studied the
shovel.
The art of shovel.
Cool. Yeah.
So do I need to roll?
Here's the question. Is Aaron just doing this for Billy, or is Billy doing it and Aaron's helping?
I think Aaron is doing it for Billy, and Billy is trying to feed the cat and not be afraid.
Okay. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yes. So Aaron, you go ahead and make a. I think it's force probably, right? It's just like, I believe it's like, just like using physical strength and stuff, right? Let me take a look. Yeah, lifting heavy things, fighting, endure. Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, so force.
So go ahead and do force.
And no bonus dice?
Nope.
Okay.
Ooh, no. Wow, 7 dice and no 6s. All right, so you can spend a point of luck, or take a condition to push yourself.
Spend a point of luck.
Wow. You,
the heck?
You still failed. No 6s on 14 dice. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what
Exhausted?
goes wrong here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that a condition?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, certainly. Right. That's certainly. You just get the exhausted condition because
That makes sense.
I took the samurai thing a little too seriously.
No. Yeah. You went crazy on this thing, and by the end of it, you're so tired. Luckily, you guys don't have to walk there, or else that would be the worst. Yeah. So we see Aaron doing that. He's tiring himself out really quickly. So go ahead and mark exhausted. And then Billy, we cut over to you, and you're just like, standing with like the cat food in your hand, just like terrified.
The cat's probably a little mean. He's probably the reason I don't like animals is that the cat is mean. Oh, this is probably a cat.
I like to imagine that this cat's actually really nice, and you had a different cat that was really mean.
I was thinking more along the lines of this is a very old cat. And so it's very just like mean and angry and blind and that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And your mom like keeps the force, like your mom's the only one who cares about it. And so she's been keeping it alive, like just as it
they got the cat when they got married, and so they can't get rid of it. It's their cat. But this cat should have gone down 5 years ago.
Yeah. As your mom has to make like special food for it every day. Like from all these special ingredients, or else like she vomits everywhere.
And the cat only eats if it's from
exactly. It has to be this particular special food, right?
No, but it also has to be served by Billy. Like the cat doesn't eat unless it's Billy.
I think it would, because Billy doesn't like doing it, therefore it would never eat.
Yeah.
If it had to be Billy, the cat would starve.
So I mean, what are you having to do to get over your fear of?
You know what? I'm wondering. No, this is a bad time. A little metagamey, but will I be able to use my erector set as soon as we go out to help find the dog? Okay, never mind. I won't use my pride. I was gonna say, could I tinker?
Vegeta.
I mean, I think you can do both. I don't know why you couldn't.
No, I was gonna say, I'm not gonna just use my pride immediately and at the near the beginning of the session to automatically succeed on this.
Auto succeed. Yeah. I forgot.
I want to try and tinker and make. I'm gonna try and put something together with my erector set that will let me feed the cat without getting near it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So you want to build something. I think you're gonna have to successfully calculate first. Right, you're gonna have to figure out the trajectory here before you can actually put it together.
Not like throw it, but okay.
That's one of the things I can choose here for like when you try to build something. What else you need to do in advance? And I think you're gonna have to calculate.
No bonus die. Oh my gosh!
Thank goodness. All you needed. Yep. So we see you doing the calculations in your head, and you're like, okay, the centrifugal force, and then, whatever counterbalance you need to like do the release mechanism or whatever.
I was just literally thinking a stick. That's what I'm like.
It's Billy though. Like you're overcomplicating it, right?
Fair enough.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll Tinker though.
Do I get any bonus for Tinker because of the calculation, or just?
I don't think so. No, that's just something you had to do in advance to make it work.
Oh my gosh, I can see how this could go wrong. Give me a second. Oh my gosh. 4 successes on something that doesn't matter that much.
That's wild. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it really matters that we choose any options for this. You just do it with flying color, and you do it quickly too, right? Like you can get to your whatever you need. Both you and Aaron, right? You've done your chores super quickly, so you're ready to go.
Could I say one of the successes makes it so that I realize I could use this as a gun mount on the motor sled?
No, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, Billy has this thing. You just first describe to me what you actually made, and then you can get a bonus later on if you make something similar to this in your adventure.
I'm gonna say probably, since you said it was overly complicated, it probably is some sort of launcher.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so it's just
so we know this is the foreshadowing for when Billy makes a catapult later, right?
Catapult.
Lots of you call this, right?
Yeah. Is one of the things that you can get for those extra successes the ability to heal a condition?
Each skill has particular choices, and
Okay.
Tinker is not one of those. Yeah.
Okay.
For building it, yeah, just based on what you built. Cool. Well, so Jeff, how are you getting away with going off in the middle of the jungle or the woods here?
So I am gonna go bug Alice in her room.
Yes.
And
So
basically
I think Alice is a metalhead. Right. I think she listens to super loud music that your parents, it's not like they hate necessarily, but like they're your mother always has a headache because of the music, and everybody, they're always asking her to turn it down, and she's not like a punk necessarily, but like she really likes her music, right? And as you walk in, like they're, Metallica or whatever is just blasting, and she is or whatever, I don't know, Jordan, give me a band, that should be listening.
I mean, AC/DC, Black Sabbath,
oh yeah,
Iron Maiden. No, it would be Iron Maiden probably.
There you go, Iron Maiden. Yeah.
See, this is who you go to for the music stuff, not us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So,
music. What song is she listening to, Jordan, from Iron Maiden?
Probably The Trooper. Hold on, I'm going to make sure The Trooper was out. And I think The Trooper was out then.
86.
Yeah, released 1983. Peace of Mind. Yeah. Yeah, she's probably listening to The Trooper.
Cool. Yeah. So that's blasting in the background as you walk in.
I don't even bother to knock. There's no point to knocking.
She will not hear.
So I've just learned to just walk into her room whenever I want to talk to her, and I think she notices me pretty quickly. I mean, she's kind of jumping.
No, yeah. She immediately says, "Hey, Jeff, how are you doing?" As she's like and she's like laying on her bed. She's reading like the lyrics, like the little lyric sheet in the cassette tape thing or whatever. Whatever the little manual thing that comes with the album, the record.
The insert.
The insert. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, she's reading the insert as she lays on her bed.
So I think I just go straight to like her player, and I don't turn the music off.
You just turn it down.
I never turn the music off, but I turn it down.
Mm-hmm. She gives you a look. It's like, this better be good.
I get a bit of a glare, but continue.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm trying to think if Jeff would lie about it to her, or if it was just like, hey, I'm gonna go run off with friends and I need you to cover for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would probably be pretty honest with her, but it's just like,
he says,
like, hey, I'm gonna go.
Well, I was gonna say, she says, "What's up, Jeff?"
Oh, hey, Alice. I was hoping to go hang out with my friends. We're gonna go try and look for a lost dog. But I don't know how long we're gonna be gone, and so I was hoping you could just maybe cover for me with Mom and Dad.
She thinks about it. Go ahead and roll a charm.
No bonus?
No.
Oof.
So many threes. Yep. Yeah. Would you like to spend a point of luck or take a condition?
I'm going to spend a point of luck.
Nice. Nice. There you go. All you needed. Yeah. So she does that where she goes, all right, Jeff, just because I love you. Now turn the music back up.
I crank it to the max and run out the door.
Yeah. And as you're leaving, she says, she's like, as you turn off the music, she says, I'll just tell them you're over at a friend's house.
I probably didn't even hear her by that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the music.
And then she just starts singing along with it. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So Jeff, you guys meet up. Where do you meet up to, like in the junkyard, I assume, to like take the sled from there? Probably, yeah, I think it's probably in the north. of town, over by Otto River here. That you head out from. What route are you taking exactly? Are you actually taking the roads, or are you just going cross country?
We're on a sled cross country.
We're on a sled.
We plus, I mean, if we're on the roads, that would probably get us. Oh, I don't know how well we could go on the roads with a sled.
No, yeah, not very well. But like, as well, you'll have to find some trail, right?
We're probably following the riverbank.
Yeah.
We're following not the river. Not the river.
The lake, probably.
The lake. We're following the edge of the lake.
There's probably some sort of like hiking trail or walking trail that kind of goes around the lake. So yeah, I guess the question that really I have is like, are you taking a route where you could be seen by adults, or are you making sure not to, like, going off into the boonies?
Probably being discreet about this, given
I was gonna say,
I don't know.
One will be easier than the other in terms of actual travel time and stuff. The other you'll have to make a roll to like not be noticed, right, by some random cop driving along.
Who's driving, Billy or Aaron?
I made it. I'm driving it.
Yep,
Yeah,
Billy.
all right.
Aaron's
I
on
will
the
have
gun.
him make a roll for this, but
Aaron's obviously on the gun.
right. Yeah. So are you taking back roads or going on a trail that other people might be on?
I'm all for the path that we are not going to get seen on.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the idea.
Cool. In which case, the challenge will be the actual driving, right? Because you're going to be on rough terrain. Billy has never driven a motor sled before, so we're going to see how this goes.
Can't wait to try.
Exactly, yeah. So let's take a look at what this might be. You're not building it. Oh, hey, a tinker is actually the ability to drive motor vehicles as well. Congrats. You're actually good at this.
Do I get a +1 on the +1 because if it's the motor sled as well, or?
Yes, you'll get the item bonus, I believe. Well, I think the idea with that is like, I don't think this roll would get the bonus, the normal +1 bonus, simply because that's what it's made to do, and like that's the thing that's making it possible to make the roll. But I do think that like the thing here that matters is durable, right? So you will get 1 bonus die from the fact that you made it durable, right? You're going on these back roads. The main danger here is like crashing into something or doing damage to the motor sled, and so it stops. So you can get that bonus there.
Okay. And this is the kind of thing I will probably, if I need to, use my luck on. We will see.
Real quick before you roll, I'll take a look at items just to make sure that I'm doing that correctly. Let's see. Items. To get a bonus from an item, it must be obvious how it is of use to you. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I see. So props are, if you had just found a motor sled, you'd be rolling no bonus to drive it. But because it actually is a named item that has a bonus attached to it, you do get that bonus. You'll go to do 2 dice to this.
So I get 2 bonus dice.
You do. Yep.
Sick. This is
because like if you just found a motor sled, it wouldn't actually count as an item. It would just be a prop, which is not a bonus thing.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens. 3 successes.
Nice. Yeah, there you go. So on this version of the rolling the skill, it gives you different effects that you can do for bonus effects. So if you look at Tinker, below Manipulate, you can choose to, in addition to having done it, right? You're driving the motor vehicle. I probably should have had you roll Calculate first, now that I'm looking at this, to figure out how to drive a vehicle. But yeah, you got the success, right?
It's a sled.
It's a sled. It's not
too
difficult.
Complicated. Doesn't have turn signals. Doesn't have gears. It's a sled.
These are the options here. I don't think you need to care about doing it quietly. You've chosen the back roads. That's the thing that's making this difficult to.
I think the 2 options are obvious. You do it quickly, and you don't need to roll to overcome the exact same trouble in the future.
Nice. Yep. Billy can drive this thing no problem
Yeah.
in normal conditions. Yep.
I think it goes like this, like 3, 2, 1, boom! All of a sudden, just like rocket, and they're like, and Billy probably gets this
at one
maniacal.
point we see like blue flame come out of the back of it because this like experimental engine you've attached to it is just going like, oh man,
and Billy probably has this maniacal like cackle and scream.
I just imagine like we like right before we like make the turn off into like the area where we're gonna be out of sight, out of mind from the rest of society, whatever.
Yeah.
Like we get to a stoplight and like we like pull up and then there's like the the stereotypical car full of all the pretty girls, right? And then Billy turns over and goes, "Ladies," and then zoom, and they're just like,
yo, what the heck?
All the hobos watching from afar going like,
exactly. Yeah, so you guys go through the Deer Ridge Conservation Area. You're going down some trails, and eventually, you make your way to Spring Lake State Park. Where are you headed to first? The last place that Goldie was seen is on this lake over here. It's this frozen over lake with the island on it. There's also the place where they actually vacationed, which was the Spring Lake Cabin Resort that you could go to. Those are the only places that that Goldie could be.
We'd probably go to the resort first, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like that's where they were.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the dog came back.
The dog came back. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So as you get closer, so it takes about I think an hour or so to get there through the back roads on this sled. So not too long, but certainly Billy, like your arms are sore. You got a little bit of whiplash by the time you get there. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm ready to get off.
But his smile is just ear to ear and does not care.
Yep. Jeff, did you attempt to read a book while you were in?
There was enough space for me to be sitting down.
The question was the wind so
I was going to say, it would have been impossible for you to do so, but I just want to know if you tried.
No, I'd be like gripping the book like this.
down on the ground. Yeah. Do you have seatbelts for this thing?
Of course. Well, actually,
normally no, right?
I kind of want to say, of course not.
It's the 80s too, so
yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know if it's possible for Jeff to have actually read this book without killing himself. As much as it would be, as he would want to have done it.
Especially since it's not a straight path with the turns he would need to be holding on.
It's turning constantly. You need to hold on because otherwise you're going to be
I just imagine like he keeps getting thrown around in the book. He keeps almost losing the book, but he like catches it and reads like one page by the time we get there.
I should have brought my books on tape, Jeff says. But yeah, cool. So when you get closer to Spring Lake Cabin Resort, it's it's deep into the winter season, but there are definitely still people here. I think it's snowing enough that most people are just in their cozy cabins and aren't like going to be out and about. But I assume you stop the motor sled at a decent distance from the cabins before you, like some random adult.
Probably what we do is we turn off the engine as we're getting close, so when it's there, it just looks like we're just sledding in.
Mm-hmm.
Or we just get off it before then. We probably get off. We probably would get off a little early so we could hide it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So I think what we see is you guys you get off a little early. You're going to hide it somewhere, right? And we'll make that roll. But I think the first thing that happens is you guys run into some old acquaintances of yours. So you see 3 teenagers. These are the teenagers that bullied you earlier. That Aaron has been, he's been keeping out, protecting you from. So you got Curtis, Neil, and Glenn are the 3 boys. They're 15, 16, 17 around that age. And they've just been trying to. You've had run-ins run-ins with them before where they've tried to steal your lunch money or give you a wedgie or throw you in a creek or something like that, right? And Aaron stood up for you in the past. But now, as soon as you guys start looking around for somewhere to hide this thing, and you hear them talking loudly as they walk down the trail, like a kind of intersecting trail, that comes up to where about where you are. Actually, let's do this first. Does anyone have a good what is it? What's the roll that for like perception or whatever here? Let's take a look at your skills here. Whatever the notice a thing skill is.
Comprehend.
Comprehend is thing is knowledge.
Investigate.
It might be investigate. Let me just check. Yeah, I think it's investigate.
That'd be me.
So let's have you roll that.
Wait, it took us an hour to get here?
Yeah.
There's only like 4 miles.
Walking.
Yeah, I mean through back trails in an ATV in a sled. Yeah.
Like that's 3 miles per hour. Like that's only like 4 miles per hour. That's my main point.
Yeah, I mean, oh, I see.
I literally was just curious, and I checked the scale on the bottom. It's 1 mile. I put out approximately it would have been about 4 miles.
Let me see.
Which 4 miles walking through that much? Yeah, that make sense. But like, we're on a thing that's going at least 15 miles per hour. We'd have been there in a couple minutes.
Then the distances probably need to change then, because that just doesn't really make sense. Like I don't think it's that close to this town.
Yeah, that does seem really close.
Yeah, and that'd make the lake absolutely tiny.
Which it might be, I suppose.
In that, yeah.
So let's see. 15 miles per hour.
4 miles walking. I feel like we would have walked there in about an hour.
Well, through heavy snow, no.
That's true.
Yeah.
If we're on a sled, I would imagine we'd have gotten there a lot quicker.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the big thing I was thinking is like even if you're going fast, you're having like there's a bunch of winding trails. Let's say it takes a half an hour, to get there.
Because we're trying to go the sneaky route.
Yeah, still a distance. You're going the back roads. That was my idea, right? So either way, yeah. So go ahead and roll investigate, Jeff, and we'll see if you notice them in time. Nice. Yeah, so in terms of bonus effects for investigate, I don't think, for this purpose of it, I don't think we need to ask questions necessarily. It's just, you know that they're coming. So you can go ahead and take a +1 die on a roll when you use the information. So the next thing you do, Jeff, to like try to get out of this situation you're about to get into will be +1, because you've noticed them well in advance. So as you guys are trying to like hide the thing, Jeff, you just hear them talking, right? I think one of them is singing. They're singing some punk rock song, and the others are like kind of humming along, or like jamming along, like pretending like they're doing instruments with their mouths. And then one of them will stop and then be like, "Man, we're gonna make it so big in Chicago." That's what you hear. And you can hear them coming towards you guys. That I don't think they know that you're there yet, though.
Yeah, so I get the other guy's attention as they're looking for a spot. He's like, "Guys, it's Glenn and them."
Yeah, the Glenn and them is actually the name of their band. Yeah, what do you do? Because you have like the big motor sled too, right? You know, haven't hidden it yet.
Well, because they're oh yeah, they're bugging all of us. Like, my motor sled. I love it. I don't need Christmas anymore. I just need you. He starts petting it.
Yeah, what do you guys do?
Try and hide.
Well, so the thing is, like, if you try to hide, you won't be able to hide the sled, right?
We just quickly need to try and hide the sled then. It's one of the features on it, camouflage.
No, I think it's a little bit too much. So, and I also think that I mean, it's experimental engine you used. I think for the purposes of this scene, you can't just like get on it and right away.
Yeah.
It's cooling down or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you don't do something right away, then they're gonna like walk in and see you guys.
What is? No, we need to find
Do
the
I
best.
have my backpack?
Of course, you have your backpack with your weird milk net.
Set up a trap.
You could attempt to quickly. Yeah.
I set up a milk trap.
Perfect.
What? Wait, hold on. Would that be Tinker? Can I give that? Can I give the milk nets to?
I'm gonna take a look. I don't know exactly what. Like, it depends on what the danger is here. Like, what's the trouble? Is it? Are you sneaking the trap into like? Are you using sneak to hide the trap? Are you?
Well, I guess we would.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, I could do sneak.
You could do manipulate to set up a trap, like tinker to set up a trap. But I could see either of those two. I think.
Or would I just? No, I guess that would be okay. Would it be lead or would it be force to just go up to them and confront them and be like, "Leave, punks"?
It would. It might be. Yeah, it's not charm. It's lead is more about helping. It's like a positive thing, so it's probably force.
All right, then I would go with sneak. I'd go with the sneak thing. So that's the
okay,
trap.
so you're just trying to like hide it in a place where they'll like step into it without realizing.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? Okay.
Where the trap will set.
Yeah, how is this supposed to work exactly? Describe to me what you're actually doing here.
So
especially with this new situation, right?
Yeah. So it's like there's a bunch of milk and cookies on this trap, and we're gonna set it up right by this our magical, wonderful techno skis, techno board, whatever. And so they're gonna go up to it, and they're gonna see all the milk and cookies on the ground, and they're gonna go try to investigate it. And the moment they step onto the middle, it's gonna bag them up and hoist them into a tree.
Okay, all right. It's gonna be really difficult to do that fast. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna make a move test for me, Aaron. You have to be real quick about this.
All right. No bonus dice?
I don't think so. Yeah, you're just not quick because you got that exhausted dice, right? You're not quick enough.
Should I spend my last luck?
Yeah, you can do that.
I said should I?
Yeah. Up to you.
What do you guys think?
You have a lot of dice in it, so it's likely you'll succeed.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was likely I would succeed the first time.
True. Like, what are the chances it'll happen again? Like it happened last time.
I was about to say.
I'll just use the luck.
But what are the chances it happens like that exactly the same twice in a row, right?
Hey!
Lucky.
And that's all you needed, right? Like you're just barely quick enough to set this up in time, but now the question is, have you hidden it well enough? So go ahead and make a sneak test now.
Who's rolling sneak?
Aaron is. So you guys can be doing something as well while he's setting this up. But,
sneak with no bonus?
yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Ooh,
nice. There you go.
Very well.
Yes. So in terms of sneak as well, I believe you get. Where's sneak? Bonus effects, you can give a success to another kid, or you can find something unexpected or more of what you were looking for. So, I mean, this could be, if you want to give two successes to Billy and Jeff, and just help, basically just say, all of you hide as well, right?
Yeah.
This is you setting up the trap and all hiding perfectly, then you can do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good.
So yeah, we see Aaron quickly tie this up to a tree, set it in front of the cool motor sled, and then you all hide behind some brush and wait for this to happen.
So we're just leaving the motor sled as bait.
It seems like it. Is Billy nervous about that?
I thought you said we were. Oh no, you were doing that.
You're hiding,
trap.
and you. Yes, exactly. You're
yeah.
trying.
Billy's nervous about leaving the motor sled in front of these buttheads.
Yeah, so we see them walk out, and they are punks, right? Like, they're talking about the punk band they want to start, Glenn and them, and like they look like it too, right? They're part of the punk scene. They have tattoos. One of them has a mohawk. Yeah, they're definitely ne'er-do-wells, delinquents, punk rockers of one sort or another. And yeah, they see this, right? And one of them says, what was that? Oh. And then another one says, that must be one of those cool high-tech stuff they're making at the loop. And the other third guy says, is that a, oh no, I thought I saw a cookie on the ground, but I think that's a leaf. And then they just start like stepping forward, like unconcerned. And I think that Glenn, the leader, right, steps on the trap. And I think you've only rolled, you used your extra successes, I think, to help everybody hide. And I think the trap can't get all three of them. Like, I don't know if it's big enough to do that. But Glenn, the leader of them, right, steps right into the trap. And not only does it close on him, but the milk bags burst. Oh. He gets spoiled milk all over him and then gets dragged into the tree.
And spoiled milk gets all over the sled.
No, I think it was right in front, like the.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough.
It was in front of the sled in such a way that, like, yeah, I don't think it splashes necessarily. But the other two, they're just like, what the, Glenn, what? And then Glenn's just like, oh, guys, get me down. What are you guys doing? You just wait?
Probably giggling.
Yeah. Do you break your stealth and just like start laughing?
Is there a sort of will save to see if we do that?
Not necessarily. You have control over yourselves.
I probably try very hard not to burst out laughing. Just barely able to hold it in.
Jeff is just trying not to throw up at all the milk.
Right. Aaron, how are you responding?
Aaron is like doing this.
Yes. It worked. Yeah, so I mean they the other two are like frantically trying to figure out how to like deactivate the trap. Do you just let them like mess around here? Because like it's entirely possible they still try to take the motor sled even after this happens, right? So what's your plan here?
What's the lying stat?
Charm would be lie, yeah.
Charm? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Push Jeff out. Lie to them.
Lie to them. Well, okay. Is anybody really good at charm?
No. Jeff just has a 1 in it.
Okay. I also have a 1, but I also have a 5 in heart.
Yeah, so you're better than me at it.
Okay. So I'll try to make like a fake like scary voice.
Yeah.
And it's like, leave now, or you will suffer a similar fate. I am
okay.
I am the Kringle Baron.
The what?
The Kringle Baron? Is that a thing, or did you just make that up?
Just made it up.
Okay. The Kringle Baron. Yeah, okay, go ahead and roll charm and we'll see what happens.
Turn back now or suffer the fate of the Kringle Baron.
Spoiled milk for everyone.
Charm, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang it! Well, you don't have any luck. Would you like to push yourself and take a condition to still roll again?
Didn't we get a thing on the investigate?
Jeff did. He can do something better.
So he can only
enough.
Do it. Okay.
And I think the moment has passed too. Like Jeff had, the thing that was giving him the extra was like having noticed such in time so much, right? Or that sentence was a mess, but you know what I mean.
Mm.
So I think a moment has passed.
Fair enough.
What are you doing, Aaron?
Maybe I injure my voice doing it.
Wait, do you have pride? What's your pride?
Oh, his pride is like standing up to people.
Yeah, you could automatically succeed on this with pride.
Yeah, so once a session, basically, you can, or once a mystery or whatever it is, you can auto succeed on a roll with pride, basically just being like, no, I'm good at this. Like, this is my pride. My pride is on the line.
Okay, yeah. Standing up to people.
Yeah. So, I mean, what does it look like when you almost fail and then your pride kicks in? So, like, they're starting to be like,
they're being
Pringle
like,
Baron, what are you, or Kringle, yeah, I think that's what they say. They say, Pringle Baron, what are you talking about?
and like, I think Aaron just like screams, "Turn back now!" and like,
they're surprised.
I think one of them had milk starts to fall from the
exactly. One of them had a knife out.
He kicks the tree, and spoiled milk starts to fall.
Yeah. Well, I think one of them had a knife out and was about to like try to cut the rope that was like keeping him up, and they jump and slip, and it cuts, and then he just like without any warning, the guy just like and like lands on his back like really hard, and he's like, oh.
And they get spoiled milk on them too. It just goes
splashes everywhere. Yeah. And then they just like quickly like drag him out of the net and then run off into the woods like. Cool. Yeah. So what are you actually going to do to hide the thing?
Just take some time to look for a place to hide it, I imagine.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Oh, is there like a hollowed out tree or something?
Not one big enough to hide an entire motor sled in.
We're not in California.
I like your optimism.
I don't want to just cover it in snow because that could be bad for the motor sled.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's a durable one.
True. It's very durable.
How about one of you guys rolls one of these skills? Maybe.
Well, you have investigate, don't you?
Investigate, yeah.
Yeah, investigate to find a hiding spot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Go for it. Well, that was a terrible roll.
Wow.
Would you like to spend your luck?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Go for it. Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's 16 dice.
I think unless you want to like push it anymore, I think like actually, what's your pride?
My pride is I have the answer to everything.
Well, if you would like to invoke your pride, you may.
Using all of our pride this early might be a little risky, though.
Yeah.
True.
Hey, you know what they say? The pride comes before the fall.
True. So I think failure here probably just means you hide it and it's not as well hidden as you would like. And probably someone's going to find with it or mess with it or something by the time you get back, but you don't know.
Oh my
durable.
God.
Again, it's durable. It's not like they're going to break it per se. It's just someone's going to find it probably. It's not as hidden as you would have liked.
I think Billy turns up like, if this isn't hidden well, I will gladly be on the naughty list. Make you pay for what you've done.
Your choice, Jeff.
Just kidding.
Okay.
No, I mean he would probably say that, but it's like it's just Billy saying it, so it's like whatever.
That would just about make Jeff invoke his pride at that point.
Yeah.
No, I think I won't.
Yeah, just fail. Sounds good. You cover it in snow and leaves, but yeah, I mean, there's a giant blue glow coming from the like experimental engine, so hide that.
This is going to be hard to hide to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Yeah. So, how do you begin your search exactly? Just walk to the cabins and start poking around?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. Let me check my notes here. So I think you guys get inside of the cabins, right? You see a row of like these really nice, not really nice, but like nice for this area, cabins that people would come and stay at, like vacation at. There's a bunch of them on the lake itself, and they're just like docks and stuff. There's not, obviously the lake is like frozen over, so it's not, there's no boats out on the water, but you do see a couple of like distant figures ice fishing. Yeah, you see this like, rows of cabins, and there's like nice big like recreational center in the middle of the whole thing that has like a nice warm fire and some games and things, and mess hall and whatever for the people who come and stay here at the resort. Where are you going to look?
The cabin where they got lost at, so might as well.
Sure, yeah, they probably had that information on there.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we see you guys go ahead and head over to that cabin. I think the first thing you'll have to do is like try to sneak. There's a bunch of adults here, right? Like just a bunch of random kids walking around. It's not that like they're going to immediately be like, "Oh, got to turn you in," but like someone will talk to you if you don't like, make sure notice isn't on you. So someone will come over and be like, "Oh, are your parents here?" Right, and then they'll start to get suspicious if you don't have good answers. So go ahead and maybe roll sneak someone. To like,
you're good at sneak.
Yeah, Aaron, I think Aaron, like, leading you guys in around the cabins and being sneaky about things is probably good enough for him to just make the roll and fail it. Okay. Would you like to just fail, or?
The more conditions you take, the more we're going to be failing.
I'll just fail.
So if it's not important stuff, then yeah, just let it fail.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we see a man in his maybe early 50s coming out of a cabin, and he is I think he's coming out onto his porch, right, in this cabin, to light a cigarette, and just take a smoke as he's like watching the lake or whatever, right? So you guys are like prowling down over by the lake, you step on, you're trying to go through some underbrush, some like tangled underbrush, snow covered dead brush, and big snap of a twig, and he just like looks out over his like the railing of his porch here, and then says, "Is anyone there?" I think he's bald. He has like a 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh.
I see you. Come out. What are you kids doing wandering around here in the snow?
I guess this is the
playing
part
a
where
game.
What do you say, Jeff?
Playing a game.
It's like I try to like sell it off as we're just like playing a game, running around.
Yeah, and he gives you the stink eye, like he's the sort of dude who doesn't want kids to have fun, right? He's he's just like suspicious of a bit. He thinks you're up to no good. So go ahead and make a charm roll for me, Jeff, and we'll see if he can just. He's like, they're just kids, right? Nice.
Oh!
Yep, and that's exactly what he does, right? He just says, he just grunts, right? And then you guys, walk past him. So the immediate danger of being like turned in by an adult has passed, and now you guys have gone to the cabin and start snooping around. Jeff, this seems like your thing, right? Investigate.
That is my thing.
What does that look like? Like, what are you actually doing? Are you literally trying to be a Sherlock Holmes type character, or what?
Yeah, that's kind of basically everything Jeff is going off of. But it is the thing of he actually is noticing stuff and looking. So roll.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll investigate. Nice. Yep, that's a success. That's all you needed. So, investigate. You get to ask some questions. So you're snooping around the cabin. You get to ask 2 of the questions that are listed on investigate. If you look at the compendium. So you're obviously trying to find clues about the disappearance of Goldie, right? So that's the vibe that your questions will take. But so, I mean, what is hidden here and where is it is a good one for finding clue, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You do that one.
Yeah, we'll go with that question. So
Cool.
what's hidden in the cabin?
Yeah. And I don't think you can get in the cabin yet.
Okay.
Like, you'd have to make some sort of extra roll there, probably. But like, you're snooping around the cabin, where I mean, the dog was playing around probably in the snow, right? Like, and obviously there's fresh snow, so there's no like tracks or prints or anything. So it doesn't look like the dog has been here recently. If he did come back. But I think you do find something. I'm trying to think of knowing what I know about what happened here. Yeah, you know what? I think the answer to this question is there isn't anything hidden here. I don't think there's any clues about the dog itself here. Right. The last time Goldie was seen was on the lake. And I think that answering that question is basically just like, okay, we need to go there and look, not here. There's not going to be anything at the resorts for us.
So is there any sign of how Goldie might have gotten out? Anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think like it was just like they were playing in the snow with the kids, right, of this family, and then I think your guess, and this is like you guessing as like an investigator sort of a thing. You guess there was some sort of animal probably that Goldie sniffed and went to bark at. Like you're thinking back through what the poster said and looking around here, you see some animal scat that you don't recognize, and you're like, I wonder what that is. And then you're like, I wonder if Goldie, like, there's a bear or something, and Goldie went off after it, right? And maybe that's what happened. That's your and that's a good. We know as players that's a good guess.
Yeah.
What other question would you like to ask if there's anything else?
Oh, I would have figured that was the other question, like because one of the
what
other
has happened here?
What happened here?
Yeah, makes sense. Yep. Cool. Yeah. So Jeff, I mean, you know that the general direction they went in, the dog went in. So now it's time to tramp off after that, right? And I think like you're close enough to everything. It's probably just walking time, right? It's probably not going to be helpful to go back to the sled every single time you're going to go anywhere and just like, and unless you want to, totally up to you. But like, it's not that far to the lake, right? It's like a mile. So.
Yeah, I think we would walk.
Cool. So as you start walking into the woods in the state park here, you see, you just kind of like feel suddenly everything gets cold, like more cold than it was, right? The sun's high in the sky at this point, right? But suddenly you just feel a shiver, and then everything grows dark for a minute, for not a minute, but like, a second. And some large shadow was swooping over you. That's where you realize happened. You're in the woods, so you don't like you were actually at the edge of a clearing. You're at the edge of a clearing. And something overhead blocked the sun for a minute, but when you look up, it's gone. Right? You see like the shadow of something maybe moving past you, in the sky, but you have no idea like what it is. But we just see that as you guys tramp into the forest, and suddenly everything seems a little bit more sinister as you're walking out here. You're like, everything gets a little bit creepy. But you get to the lake without any issue.
I think Billy would just be like, "Was that an animal? Was that a big one? I don't like this guy."
Santa.
That's what I was going to say, but I didn't make sense for my character.
Yeah, and you get to the lake.
I think Aaron goes, Santa. Like this squinty eyes and like just like Santa.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you get to the lake and you see, I mean, it's frozen over, right? And I mean, I think maybe it's time to roll another investigate here. If you're just like walking around looking at stuff, we'll see what you can find.
Nice.
Hey.
Chat says it's time to set up the cookie trap again because you found Santa. Yes, cool. So, Jeff, go ahead and ask those questions again, and you get to ask an additional one with and get a +1 die on the roll related to it.
Yeah. All right. So, are there any signs that we can find of Goldie having been around here?
Yes, I mean you certainly find some dog poop, right? And you find, I think you do find Goldie's collar, right? So it's been ripped off. Like I think it was made out of, I don't know, probably leather or faux leather or something like that. And it's been like cut or slashed. It looks jagged. Definitely like looks like some sort of animal to you. So you don't see.
Did somebody say slashed? Sorry, I'll stop.
Nice.
Don't be sorry for that. That was awesome.
There's not a whole lot of blood on the collar, so it doesn't look like Goldie's dead or anything. But it certainly seemed like it was. There's a little bit. There's a little bit. It does seem like it was ripped off of her. So like Goldie seems like she got attacked by something. That's definitely the thing you find immediately. But then you see maybe a little bit of blood spatter and off in some direction, and then this is like on the ice. As you're like, maybe you're even you see the collar, and then you like move the snow out of the way. That's like freshly falling snow that's been on the ice, and you see some blood kind of frozen on the ice.
I think Billy sees that and goes, "Well, Goldie's dead. Time to go."
Yeah, for sure.
He will start walking away.
Get back here, Billy.
Did you see Santa's been here?
I said Santa's reindeer.
Oh.
Billy starts to walk away, and Aaron just like reaches out and grabs his collar, and like Billy like walks in place and like slips in the.
Yeah.
Come on, guys! It's time to go. Goldie's gone. Let's go, please.
You're right. It's time to go that way.
Oh.
Yeah, you do see the direction that the blood went off to. So. And it ends pretty quickly. Like again, not a lot of blood. But you know the general.
We have a direction.
Yeah.
Come on, guys! If it was that way, they obviously would have found her already. It's time to go.
Well, so the thing is, Goldie is actually going off north from here, northeast probably.
Mm-hmm.
So the opposite direction from civilization.
No, but they already knew she went off in that direction, didn't they?
Well, no, they just saw her on the lake.
Oh.
Right. That was a lot. Like a camper saw her on the lake, and that was it.
You did mention that she was heading north, vaguely.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, I think maybe I meant she was heading north from the. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, she heading north from Cabin Resort, gets to the lake. I guess still heading north, but yeah, it confirms she still did head in that direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, guys! If it was that easy, anyone would have had the $25 by now. Come on, we can go. Look, I bet if we call them right now, that we'll find out that they already found her, and we can go. We don't have to go to the biggest scare monsters. Come on, guys! Come on. The whole time, I imagine this is happening, and it's like that scene where it's like they're walking and they're just dragging Billy in that direction.
Exactly.
He's just saying this the whole time.
Okay. This is the 80s. There has to be some sort of equivalent to this. There has to be a Scooby-Doo reference. What is Billy's Scooby snack?
It's robots.
So okay, would it be reasonable that it's like I pull out the latest like
No, it's the kind of thing like well, maybe it's not an animal, maybe it's a robot.
Maybe a robot attacked her. Exactly, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's like, how do you know it's not a robot? Like a killer robot thing, or like an animal catching robot.
I mean, I guess that's true. It could be a robot. The
thing we saw in the sky, it was probably just a hovercraft that the robot was using to fly around on.
I mean, they probably just had wings. That's probably why it was so quiet and it went by. Because it's got silencers on its wings.
And there was a swoosh that happened when it went by, that shadow.
Yeah, if it was an animal, it probably would have squawked. They do make those noises. We should probably go see if it was a robot.
If it was an animal, it probably would have already tried to eat us. Since it didn't, it has to be a robot. Or Santa Claus. Or Robot Santa! We have to go!
So, Jeff, would you like to ask any of the other questions on this list, or are you just walking off?
Yeah, I guess the last question is, it's like, is there any kind of threat or anything that stands out, not necessarily related to Goldie, that I see just looking around?
Yes. So
mistletoe.
You're walking along the trail that you assume Goldie headed off in, and that's when you find something else. So you find a where is it? You see an animal, and at first you're like, oh, is that a dog laying in the ground? No, oh, that's a deer. Oh, that's a half-eaten deer. And yeah, you see a white-tailed deer. On like when you you're past the lake now. And you're back into the woods, right? And you only get a couple of rows of trees in before you see this like half-eaten deer up against a tree stump. And yeah, it was killed by an animal. Well, actually, anyone who wants to can make a comprehend roll to try to like know more about this deer carcass.
Was it a reindeer?
I'm sure you guys would think it was a reindeer. It was a buck. So yeah, I mean, you could assume it has antlers. So
you could roll comprehend and see if you know it.
I'm assuming that me roll comprehend.
I have a 1 in comprehend. So yeah, I know.
Go for it.
My point was, I'll roll if you. Yeah, never mind. It doesn't matter. I mean, I guess will it help at all if I roll and get any?
Well, he already got 1 success, so yeah.
I was wondering, like, if I got multiple successes would help, but it's about.
There's not a whole lot to find out here. It's pretty simple. So, Jeff, with that comprehend roll, this deer was killed by an animal with huge jaws and teeth. Snow has covered the tracks on the ground, but marks high up on the trees indicate that it was a large creature. So, whatever it might maybe like a bear or something. I don't know, something like that. Like they're like near the tree that it's lying against. There's like marks in the tree too, right? Like these jagged claw marks.
Billy turns to Jeff. Did the robot do that too?
It was too much.
All of its vital organs are gone. Right?
All of them?
Not all of them, but you know.
Order.
Jeff is just like staring up at the like he looks at the deer, and then he's like just like terrified, looking up at the marks up in the tree. And he's just like, what if it's Goldie? What? And this is his whole too many books just going into overdrive.
Goldie is like, a werewolf or something.
What if something happened to Goldie and like she's a monster?
Wait, if Goldie was a werewolf, does that mean she turns into a human?
Yeah, she's a dog who got like reverse lycanthropy.
She turns into a guy that walks around going, taxes, taxes.
I gotta invest in my 401k.
Turns into a person. What is this mortal fleshy coil?
Yeah.
Eats hot dogs.
But so yeah, Jeff just kind of starts freaking out over this information.
Yeah. And that's when you hear a twig snap, and suddenly the 3 teenagers from before are on you. They've been following you, and you guys you're freak out in this moment. You've lost your wits about you, and they are able to sneak up on you for a moment, and suddenly they're trying to grab you, right? So one of them tries to grab Billy, one of them tries to grab Jeff, one of them tries to grab Aaron. Glenn is the one who tries to grab Aaron, and he's the one who still has the spoiled milk on his coat, and it smells terrible, Aaron. It's helped somewhat that it's really cold out and it all froze, but still. So if you guys, what would you be doing to try to get away from them? They're trying to like grab you.
Real quick, I like what someone said in the chat. Goldie went kaiju.
Yeah, exactly.
Problem is I have like 0 body, so I'm not sure there's anything I can't. Oh, I have 1 body. Sorry.
Would you say I ain't got no body?
Kind of.
It would probably just be move.
Yeah,
just
move to be just like run out of the way. Yep.
Yeah. Even that is not that great for me.
I would like
It's not
to
great
force.
for me either.
I would like to force.
Yeah, let's do yours last, Aaron. Let's Jeff, go ahead and roll your move, and we'll see if you can get out of the way. There you go. Nice.
Could I
That was a 17% chance. Nice job.
could I roll a calculate to move in the right direction so they don't hit me?
No, calculate is for
We're being
technology
surprised
and stuff. Yeah.
Let me have no.
It's like Sherlock Holmes from
No,
the
yeah.
whatever. His
This is probably not gonna work. But
the
whatever.
Robert Downey Jr. one.
Mm.
Oh,
Nice. Whoa.
whoa! I got
That
lucky
was-
without needing
yeah, those
luck.
are
Nerds
very
can do
lucky
it.
rolls. Yeah, so you guys are you're a little bit too squirrely, right? A little bit too small. Like you slip out of their grasp, right? Where do you go? Like in the immediate. Like obviously Aaron's gonna try to force the other guy, but what do you guys do in the immediate?
Run.
Just start running.
Yeah, it's just get away from them so they can't try and
What's
grab us
probably
again.
true is you guys are freaking out, right? And then you get grabbed from behind, so you don't even know who's attacking you, right? You're just like,
We think it's the
bolt
robot.
off. Yeah, you just bolt off into the forest, right? In
Yeah.
the meantime, yeah, Aaron, you want to fight them?
I at least want to deck the schnoz
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, you just grab them and
Back.
yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll force. We'll see if you do it.
Oh, nice.
Even exhausted, yeah, you wallop Glenn right across the face.
What does
And
the
he
extra
just
force get you?
Spins to the ground. Yeah, we'll see. So extra bonus effect, can you give a success to another kid, impress, frighten, or humiliate, pin your opponent, take something from your opponent is knocked unconscious, you don't need to roll it to overcome the exact same trouble in the future, you avoid any collateral damage.
Ooh, there's some good ones in that. Getting rid of these guys for the rest of it would probably be nice.
Yeah, not having to roll to deal with them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with that.
Okay, yeah, so I think you will take, I think you'll mark a condition because you're getting into a fist fight with this dude, right? Because avoiding collateral damage is one of the options you can choose for a bonus effect. So getting into a fight, it's likely he's going to get a couple of hits in too. We just start seeing the fist fight between the two of you, right? And the other two are just like, get him, Glenn, get him! And yeah, you just hit him across the face. What do you do that finally makes it clear that you're a force to be reckoned with and they're not going to mess with you in the future?
I think I get so many hits so fast on Glenn that at first he's Aaron's not really trying, but then he takes just the one hit to the face really sets him off, and then he just gets in a bunch of really hard hits in really quick, and they're like, oh crap, we do not want to piss him off.
Yeah, something just snapped in this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we even see a moment where you're just like, my life is such crap. I'm not going to take this from these losers. And yeah, we see you bleeding from the nose, right? He got a good punch in your face. You probably broke your nose or something, but you just lay into this guy. And by the end, he's crying and screaming and begging you to stop. And when you finally let him go, he just scrambles off, right?
I think before he runs off, I know I didn't get to do the frightened one, but I think he picks him up by the collar and says,
sure,
you ever mess with me or my friends again, you're not going to leave these woods and no one will find you.
Yeah, and
it throws him away.
Okay, oh yeah. And then they just scramble away, and the other shoe was like, Glenn, why'd you let him hit you so much? And then
why'd you let him
And I think you see them, Aaron, they run off in maybe a northwesterly direction. So they're not running directly back. They just run off into the woods somewhere. So yeah. And I think Aaron, I think you actually do hear one of them say as they leave. You hear Glenn say as he leaves, it's not worth it for some stupid dog. So apparently they saw the poster too and are actually out here looking for the dog. So that happens. Billy and Jeff, you run, right? And for a moment, you're just blindly running through the forest. And there comes a moment where you, I think you get to this other lake, right? And you get to the edge of the lake, and that's probably what snaps you out of it. And you're like, oh, the wide open look around, like, should we run across a wide open lake? You pause for just a moment, catch your breath, and then you see a tree fall over on the other side of the lake. It just goes, like, cracks, and then crashes on the lake. Some ice splinters. And you see a dark shape moving on the other side of the lake.
We're gonna die.
And Aaron can catch up with you guys in a
Aaron
moment.
sneaks up behind and goes, "We're all gonna die someday." No, I'm kidding.
What do you guys do in the immediate while Aaron's like trying to catch up to you and you're watching this?
Be glad my bladder is empty.
Yeah.
I think just stare in terror. I don't know. Actually, I think he's gonna be scared for a second, and then Billy's gonna remember the cat thing he made earlier, and he's gonna he's gonna look around because it's pretty much just snow around here, isn't it? There's like no rocks or anything like.
Yeah, it's very, very snowy.
He's gonna try and make a snowball thrower because he's like, I need to defend myself.
Okay, yeah. So you just start like putting together something. Go ahead and make a tinker. Let's look real quick at if there's anything you need to do in advance.
I was gonna say I have my backpack with all my
You do, yep.
erector set stuff.
How about you just roll a comprehend for me and see how well you can put together. Like, what do you know about putting together?
I'm gonna probably be using my pride here in a second. We'll see.
My pride.
Yeah, I'm just going to use my pride. I can make almost anything with my erector set.
Sure, yeah. Yep. So you know what you need to do. Go ahead and roll tinker then to put it together.
Doesn't he get a bonus for the making it earlier?
That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Bonus to what?
Because I made the thing with the cat food
earlier. The catapult. Oh, yeah, sure. You know what? Let's scratch that comprehend then. Yep.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like,
No, I was just looking at the list of like, should I add something to this? Yeah, just go ahead and make a tinker and you can get an extra dice on that. Yep. Forgot this counts as that. Certainly.
Success.
Needed that.
Oh
all the dice you got.
That was they made up for all the 4s I got earlier.
Yep. So what does this snowball thrower look like exactly?
Probably really similar to the thing before, where it's just it just looks like an
automatic slingshot or something like that.
Kinda. Yeah, it's like something on a rail that he it's
like a crossbow basically.
Yeah, a crossbow. He puts it, it goes.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Yes, you got that. Jeff, what are you doing as you watch this dark shape on the other side of the forest? Or other side of the lake, rather.
Is there absolutely any possible way it could resemble a dog's shape?
It is way too big for a dog, unless your theory is correct. So you can roll investigate or comprehend to try to learn more about this thing.
How do you mix Goldie with Gogeta?
Gogeta.
Yeah, I'll roll and investigate to just try and figure it out.
Yeah, try to ask him questions about it. You're looking across the lake trying to get a better good look at it, and you fail. Yeah, I mean, it's just a dark, ominous shape. Yeah. And I think maybe you hear a big snort sound echo over the lake, and then then you hear like another, like a big, long scraping sound, and then another tree start to kind of waver.
Maybe it's hungry.
Not a bear.
Maybe it's hungry and it eats trees.
And I think that's the moment that Aaron comes up behind you guys. And you see this, Aaron. There's a tree swaying on the other side of the lake, and there's a dark shape in the woods right just beyond the lake.
Legendary Christmas dinosaur. I mean, it's 80s, right? Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park came out in the 90s.
Was 95.
Was it really?
Well, the movie, the book came out
94.
in like 89.
Yeah, I don't think either of them are around yet. I mean, you have like, you have what's it called? Journey to the Center of the Earth and stuff like that had dinosaurs in it, right? Like, yeah. Yeah, what do you do? I mean, you can just like move on and try to go around and get out of this thing's way, whatever it is, but you also are kind of trying to investigate what happened to Goldie, so. Chat says, just whistle at it and call Goldie and see if it comes.
Not a bad idea.
It worked with Aang in
Goldie.
in Homashu.
Yeah, I mean, does someone want to make a charm?
Yep.
I don't want to. That will go horribly if I do it.
I would make a charm were it not for the fact that I am now exhausted and injured.
What do you have to do to get rid of conditions again besides just go to your anchor?
Anchor or hideout.
Oh, so we're screwed.
if you find a hideout of some sort, you can make a hideout technically. So if you find a safe place and make it your hideout, you can do that.
I think this is up to Jeff.
I don't think Jeff would try, like, he is terrified of that thing. All these whole ideas of monsters and genetic stuff from like stories or whatever. He ain't calling that thing over at all.
Okay, here's what I lead and inspire courage to Jeff to have him investigate to find us somewhere where we can hold up for a little bit and make a plan. AKA get our staff.
That just sounds like a lead role from you to like do all of that. Right?
Okay.
Just like, because leading is like, let me take
to be fair, I don't think you're going to have to convince us to not do anything for a while.
No,
you roll to overcome trouble and your successes become a dice pool. You may, in the upcoming scenes, distribute bonus dice to the other kids when they roll to overcome troubles. Nice. Yes, that's perfect. So lead is what you're doing first, and then you can give dice to other people as they do things. Perfect.
Right. So then that way I could have
Jeff to investigate to find a cabin or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, something that we can use to.
Sure. Sounds great.
All right, let's try that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That failed. I mean, I don't know if it's probably just like you're trying to lead. Oh, okay. So if you fail to lead, you must check a condition and ask the other kids how the relationship has been hurt. So, I mean, I think it makes sense if like Aaron's trying to get everybody together here and it's like, come on, guys, it's not that big of a deal. Let's just keep going. And Jeff and Billy are like, what are you talking about?
This is huge.
It's a monster.
It's knocking down trees and we're smaller than trees.
Yeah. So, I mean, Aaron, mark a condition there, right? Like, well, how does that affect you, right?
I mean, it's either upset or scared.
Yeah, maybe their frightening gets to you, right? You're like, yeah, you're right.
I'm all for, though, you will not, like I said, you will not have to convince Billy to say like, hey, let's hole up somewhere let's hide for a while.
Yeah, and it's not even that like you guys won't be able to do the things we already said you're going to try to do. It's just that Aaron's not going to give you bonus dice now, right? It's like everyone's upset and angry at each other and whatever, right?
I mainly meant let's hide so we can get rid of Aaron's conditions.
No, yes.
Yeah, because he now has 3.
Yeah.
Minus 3 to every roll's not helping. Especially when we're so far away from our anchors.
Yeah.
All right, well, good luck.
All right, I will investigate again.
Oh,
nice.
There we go.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we skip ahead a little bit, right? And you slowly kind of make your way around the thing. It eventually that second tree doesn't fall over. It sways a little bit. You can tell it's kind of scraping maybe its claws against the tree. You're not entirely sure. You don't get close enough to find out, right? You go around and you eventually make your way up north of that lake to the smaller lake. And you, for whatever, Jeff, you tell me, why do you know there's a hunting cabin up here?
Is it your
or just like you luck onto it?
Maybe it's his favorite author's like writing cabin.
That perfectly makes sense. Okay, so Jeff, you remember hearing in the news about a day before you guys left and doing this, a story about like your favorite author was like taking a retreat in this area and went missing. And maybe you haven't thought about it a whole lot until this point, but you're like, well, I know that there's like a retreat. I know he chose this cabin around here somewhere as his like retreat spot. Maybe he's not there, but like he might have left something there. Like you're not sure.
Okay, so then I let us.
And you know what? Let's scratch the you thought he was missing part. Let's just say you know that your favorite author is in this cabin. Because if you knew that like that had happened before, that would have colored everything in advance. So I think like it's just like you're like it's gonna like yeah. You just know that like there's an author cabin. There's a cabin up here that authors come and maybe it's not even like your particular favorite author is here. You know that there's a cabin out here that is like been used by a lot of different authors to come and like as a writing retreat. So it would be trespassing, but you could go there.
Yeah. Well, where else are we gonna go?
Exactly. Yeah.
He has a broken nose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you get to the hunting cabin, and we'll go ahead and go to that map now.
Sorry, what I missed? Just we're in the cabin now.
Yeah, Jeff found a cabin. Basically, it's like a writer's retreat cabin that's been used by various authors that he knows about. So yeah, you get to the cabin, and right away you can tell that something is wrong. So you see some tracks in the snow. No, actually, it's been snowing regularly. I don't think you would. So you see you're near this small lake, just outside of the state park. You've gone past the state park at this point. You're in just the random woods off here that random people own. So yeah, you see a small red wooden cottage in a clearing in the woods. On the east side, there's a door that can be locked from the inside with a clasp. You see this door. The roof is made of wood and is covered with snow. There's a glass window to the west. The northern wall, and that entire area of the cabin, is like ripped open. So there's a big gaping hole in it. It looks like it's been clawed through. You inside, if you like peek inside, do you just approach or what? Are you being careful about it?
Are
you sneaking? Like you just walking up?
We're just walking up to the cabin.
Okay. So inside, you see a broken table and some chairs, an overturned oil lamp, a broken rifle on the ground. In one corner, there's a backpack, a pair of ice skates, and a half full thermos with cold coffee inside. As you're just like poking around the place, you can tell that there's nothing here anymore, right? Like you didn't sense anyone around. It's just like, you know, the hole in the cabin and it's cold inside and there's a bunch of stuff left around. You also see that the floor is covered with frozen blood and there are tracks leading down into the snow.
What kind of tracks?
You can make a comprehend check to decipher what they are. Are
they big tracks or small tracks?
I think they are medium-sized tracks. But yeah, make a comprehend check. Probably Jeff, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Hey.
Jeff, you've read a lot of books. This is a dinosaur footprint. 100%, no doubt about it, a dinosaur footprint. You could swear on your mother, like, yes, 100% a dinosaur. Multiple of them, right?
So, like, multiple different kinds of dinosaurs?
No, multiple of the same kind of dinosaur.
Okay. And am I confident that it was only one? Only one dinosaur.
Only one kind of dinosaur, yes. But there were multiple dinosaurs here.
Okay.
Yep. So, I mean, again, two in a comprehend, they're probably velociraptors, right? Pretty clear. Your story instinct is kicking in. It's velociraptors. What do you do?
I agree.
Like you could still try to make this like a hideout if you try to hole up here. But yeah, you see some tracks leading off. You do. I mean, it's still snowing. They're fresh tracks. You could follow them.
We can't follow.
I thought you said there were no more tracks outside.
Sorry, I meant leading in. There's a note in here. I don't know
Okay.
why it was a note in here about tracks leading into the place, but that doesn't make any sense. There are dinosaur tracks leading out.
So I relay
Yeah,
the information.
there's stuff in here. So
yeah, I think Jeff would relay the information to the other guys and kind of get a check from them because Aaron definitely does need to rest, but also maybe we need to follow these tracks while we can.
yeah, what do you say, Aaron?
I think. Oh, here's what I think happens. Aaron is probably like trying to be stubborn and like, oh no, we need to go after the tracks, and then he's like stumbles a little bit and just kind of like, between the exhaustion and the injury, he's like, maybe we do rest for a little bit, just a little bit.
You guys look up. Did you just get very staticky for everyone?
No.
Everyone's really staticky for me right now.
Lovely.
Sounds like a you problem.
It is a me problem. Give me a second.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, if you guys take a moment and get set up here, and there's like a loft, right? Like a loft that you can sleep in. That's kind of up away from everything.
I'm gonna reset.
Hole in the wall.
I'm gonna reset my audio interface real quick. So I'm gonna go deaf for a little bit.
Go for it. Yeah. Do you want to look through the stuff that's in the house that you found? It's just like a backpack that you haven't looked into yet.
Yeah, I'll just rifle around, see what I can find.
Yeah,
you have a rifle this whole time? No, I'm kidding.
There actually is a broken rifle on the ground.
That's better. I can hear it now.
So,
I could fix it.
Did you want to try to fix it?
Yes. Let's tinker.
Yeah, it's Tinker.
Aaron's like,
real quick, let's take a look. I think
shoot your eye out, kid.
I think there might be something you're missing to fix it, right? Let's see. Yeah, I think I want you to just make a comprehend check in advance. So as a reminder, you guys can rest first, clear all your stuff, and then do this. I don't know if anyone else has conditions besides Aaron, but
I don't have any conditions now.
Okay, then it doesn't matter. But go ahead and clear your conditions, Aaron, as you're resting here. You guys get some uninterrupted peace for a while here. And then comprehend. So you know about guns. That's what the role was for, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a gun mount for my tank when I get it. But now we
know for sure you know how to make guns. So you can take another bonus die to your tinker here, and then go ahead and see if you can fix it.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, and I think you probably can use that to like get an extra +1 on it, right? Like it's more useful than you thought it was going to be, sort of thing.
Gun.
Yeah.
A useful rifle.
And you can basically just assume it'll give you +2 to stuff because rifles are good for one thing, shooting. So.
I think at this point, Billy goes, "This is a little better than my my snowball thrower."
Yeah, but I got both just in case you lose one.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
You don't need a BB gun for Christmas.
So in the backpack, Jeff, you find extra clothing. This is for like an adult man, so it's not going to fit you necessarily, but it might fit Aaron depending on how quickly he hit puberty. You see a hand cranked radio. It looks like it can receive but not transmit, so it's just to like listen to. It's not like a ham radio or anything. You see a diary, a knife, and some fishing gear. So, yeah.
I pocket the knife and I read the diary.
Cool. In the diary,
Book.
you find it's the diary of an author you know. That was using this writing retreat recently. You can tell me who that author is or what kind of person they are at the very least, right? I have a name for him. Maybe we can just make him up, right? As like a character. But what kind of books does he write? I guess is my question.
Yeah. He's just a kind of high fantasy author.
Nice.
Lots of novellas.
Yeah.
But...
His name is Nicholas Evans. And Nicholas Evans, his diary reads as follows. What has happened, December 12th. What has happened is unbelievable, yet it has happened. I was chased across the ice by a creature that I could only identify as a dinosaur. The person reading this must think I have lost my mind. I heard the ice cracking beneath its feet while I ran as fast as I could off the lake, rushed up the beach and into the woods while the creature came closer. Had the forest not been thick enough to keep the creature from following me, I would be dead. I have found this old hunting cabin and made it, I have reached. I've changed some of the details since we did this, but it basically reads. I've returned here. And I'm holding up here. I'm trying to make as little noise as possible. Who knows what else is out there? December 13th. They must have started to look for me by now, but how will they find me? Curse me and not bringing a way to communicate with people, whatever that might be that he writes here. I don't have much food left, even though I found 2 cans of beans from the previous occupant. The rifle is leaning against my chair. I'm writing this in the last sunlight streaming in through the window. I don't dare to light the oil lamp. I have seen more creatures out there in the woods. December 14th. The creatures have become hungrier. I have tried to hike both north and south, but was forced to turn back. In the north, I have seen a house with smoke coming from the chimney, but my path was blocked by something unmentionable. I turned back, terrified. I can only guess what has happened. Someone has used the power of the gravitron, which is a thing from the loop. That's like a technology, a piece of technology, and unleashed something terrible. Within a few days, Kawani will be swamped by giant beasts. Fortunately, they are weakened by the cold. If the beasts survive winter, life will be changed forever for the people living here. When I visited the loop last year, I met a brilliant but self-absorbed and vain scientist named Diane Peterson. She was fired for her mistakes and her arrogance, and it was said that she left the area. I remember people laughing at her for her outrageous theories. She was very bitter when she had to leave the loop and said she would have her revenge. Nobody took her seriously. I think she might be the one who did this. Tomorrow I'll find a way home. And that's the end of the journal.
So what you're saying is she's now out of the loop?
Yes. So yeah, what do you do with that information?
That wasn't written by Stephanie Queen.
It was not. I don't know.
Who's that?
What that reference is.
I'm just gonna let that one sit for a little bit.
Okay.
We can move forward. It's a FedEx joke. You'll get it in a week.
Yeah, so I mean, Aaron's resting, right? And you're setting your broken nose and using some snow and just like to ice it.
Mm-hmm.
And you recover. And then Billy's like fixing the gun. What do you guys do when everybody's kind of ready to go?
I'm thinking we should check out that cabin he mentioned up to the north. If there's somebody else that's still out here, maybe they saw something else, and we can get more information.
Well, I mean, they mentioned that someone out there is using a gravitron or something. Chances are it's in this area.
So the gravitron is a piece of the loop. It's like a part of I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's like a part of the technology or whatever. What he meant by that was basically this particular thing that's like used by the people in the loop, this particular piece of technology, or type of technology or science or whatever. I don't remember what the gravitron is supposed to be. Using that knowledge to do whatever she's doing. So it's not even necessarily that she has I don't think the gravitron is a thing that she would have on her necessarily. It's just mainly I probably should have just written there the loop. Her knowledge of the particle acceleration technology that is now in our setting.
Point being is still, this person is obviously in the area if the dinosaurs are here and not on the mainland.
Yes. Yeah. So you can go forward and try to check that out.
That's what we should
But
do.
let's think about this for a second. I'm happy to keep going and go late if we want to. But if we wanted to end here, we could always come back to this and do a 2-shot.
How much longer will this reasonably go?
So, I mean, I could like expedite and we could get it all done in 40 minutes to an hour. But I think it would be more fun if we let it sit and then come back to it at a later date.
If we were like almost done, I would say let's keep going. But
we're not almost done.
If to speed it up, it's going to take 45 minutes. I'm like, let's just save that then.
Yeah. I think it'll be fun to return this at a later date whenever Emily and Alyssa aren't free again. And finish up our adventure here. But yeah, you guys look off towards into the woods, right? And where these bloody velociraptor footprints are leading off to. And you're like, are we still going to go find Goldie? And is she still alive? I don't know. That's where we kind of leave.
Oh, and we used I didn't even use my pride, and I could have used it. I guess I didn't need it though, so that's fine.
I think typically pride resets at the end of the mystery, not at the end of the session.
Oh, I thought it said session. Okay.
Well, I mean, a lot of times mysteries and sessions are the same thing. But I think you still won't be able to use it for the rest of the mystery.
I still have most of my luck, so I'll be fine.
Nice. For a little bit. Luck resets at the beginning of a session, but not pride.
Oh,
so I believe it's the case. Yeah, but
I could use more luck.
We'll figure that out next time when we return. But yeah, no, I like it better. I think if we stop there because
me too.
There's still a lot more, and it'll be really fun if we can actually play all of it. So
I am also tired.
Cool. No, yeah, I could tell. Yeah, we're getting late. So. Cool. Well, thanks for playing, guys. That was a blast. I really enjoyed that. Let's take a look. Actually, there's XP since we're doing multiple sessions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the XP and give out some, right? Since you'll probably need it. All right. So when we get to the end of the session, I will distribute XP. And here are the questions that we have to answer for experience points. Did you participate in the session? All of you get 1 XP. Have you been in trouble because of your problem or your relationships?
Yes. I had to feed the cat.
True. Yeah, you can take XP. Anyone else have their problem or trouble or relationship come up as a trouble? Yeah. Did you use or struggle with your pride? So if you used it, then you can still mark XP. If you struggled with it.
What do you mean struggled with it?
As in, like, I mean, your pride is something that you're touchy about, right? You're like, no, this is the thing I'm really good at, right?
Gotcha. That didn't really pop up ever.
But anyone who's used it can get XP.
Yeah.
I could have, but I didn't.
Did you put yourself? Go ahead.
I was gonna say if we'd known it was gonna be ending now, I mean, potentially you could have, but I guess no, it doesn't reset. So never mind.
Yeah, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't reset until the end of the mystery. But I might be wrong. Did you put yourself at risk for the other kids? I know Aaron certainly.
Aaron did. I don't think anyone else did.
Yeah, I think the rest of you are slightly selfish, but yeah, that's fine. So yeah, Aaron, you can get another XP. And then have you learned something new? Oh, I think all of you have.
Dinosaurs exist.
Dinosaurs exist again. Yeah. So you can all mark XP there. So what you can do with XP is you can increasing a skill by 1 costs 5 XP. A skill can never go higher than 5. And you can save XP up to 10. You can't save any more than 10 on your character sheet, but you can spend it to upgrade. So what do you have?
Only
4,
got 3.
Aaron? You have 4. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I didn't think any of you got all 5, but cool. Well, there you go. That's been Tales from the Loop. Thanks for playing, guys. That was a blast. I really like this system, especially with just all the... It has a fun vibe to it. I really like the way this adventure is laid out that I have here that I'm working through. A lot of times with like a, adventure module and like for D&D or whatever, it's way too railroady. This one's super open-ended and super easy to like just have like things happening in the background that are slowly building up to something, right? Like there's been 2 tracks that I've been following this whole time. The teenagers messing with you guys and the dinosaurs slowly appearing, right? And I've just been like marking down the checklist as we've progressed through the story. It's been super fun. I really enjoy the... Yeah.
It also seems like the kind of system that you wouldn't require necessarily having a consistent story because it's just, hey, we're kids, we're just doing
Monster of
something
the
different
week.
this day.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yep, for sure. Well, cool. I'm sure we'll return to this. But in the meantime, we're out. I really think this is probably the last stream before we have this child, but I've been wrong before. So
I have something planned for next week because I was expecting you to have your baby by now.
And so was I. But yeah, thanks for coming on, Jason. That was a blast. Yeah. Well, we'll see when we can do it next. But for now,
Maybe it'll be in December.
Maybe. Yeah. We're out. Adios.
Wow.